Good evening, my darling batlings. Yes.
Oni-chan, I need more head pats, Oni-chan. I'll let you hold my
Thanks
hand.
for the head pat, and also thank you, JKR.
Now stop choking me!
Thank you, JKR, for the 35-month resub. I'm happy
It hasn't been a minute. We already getting the head pats up in here.
New headphones, who dis? Did the headphones arrive already? Because I know I sent you the link, but did they arrive already? They weren't supposed to get there until, like, overnight. Oh, damn. So they got there within less than a day of you ordering it. Like, the same day. So it was overnight delivery for me. It must have been same-day delivery for you. Ignore what the title at the beginning of the stream said. We're not doing Arkham Asylum tonight. We are doing Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Specifically the Sega Saturn version that everyone forgets about because it was never released outside of Japan, but does have a fan translation that I'll be playing. By fan translation, I mean it ports over the PS1 script from the English translation of that version into the Sega Saturn version. So, if you're familiar with the dialogue of Symphony of the Night, it'll be the same, just with Japanese voice actors.
Yep.
You had the option of same-day shipping, and Ricking said in response to the not even a minute in and we already got a head pad, he said speed run.
Yeah, speed run strats. I can't really complain. Well played, sir. Well played.
I'm joined tonight by Niko and Miles Above.
Greetings, vampire hunters.
Yep. Praise the Zard. I got like another Zard, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys.
I feel
nice.
I feel a little offended at you saying greetings, vampire hunters, in the presence of someone who's half the thing you're hunting.
That is a good point. Why do we do this?
Okay, but counter argument: not all vampires. Not all vampires.
Not
are evil,
all vampires. Just like not all. No, I'm not going further with that. I'd get canceled.
Okay. Look, no. I already know that my kind, a majority of them, if not almost all of us, are a miserable pile of secrets. I get it, okay?
I mean, that's not what my dad said, but it's what another famous vampire said.
Yeah, I know, and I hunt him on the day, and I practically hunt him almost every month nowadays. You guys people need to stop reviving him, please. I
all
need
vampires are evil, says Ricking. I am chaotic neutral at most.
You being evil, I can't see that.
I mean, you're chaotic neutral, but with Varen on Friday, she was just pure chaos all around.
Yeah, not chaotic of a specific alignment, just chaotic.
Just chaos, yes.
Ricking also said, I will never forgive the vampires. What are you, what's his name? Joseph Joestar, being like, I will never forgive the Japanese.
Oh my god. I don't think we have a Dio Brando in this universe. I think the closest we got to that is
well, we
OD.
we do have the stone mask.
Yes, we do. Yes,
I'm just assuming it's a Joe joke because
it is a JoJo.
I'm assuming that what Ricking was saying was a Joe joke, given that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was popular everywhere except America for the longest time.
The only thing people really need to know about JoJo is if you're
favorite
familiar with
JoJo,
the
Ari.
Castlevania-
I've only seen part 1 so far, so I don't have much to compare to. But I will let you know once I've gotten to at least part 3.
My favorite's Jotaro, and
I do like Jonathan so far. You know, rest in peace to the true hero.
Yeah, rest in peace to him.
Hello there, how are you three doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good, Iron. I'm a little bit drowsy because my medicine I'm taking to keep me from grinding my teeth so I don't further fuck them up more than they already are, made me drowsy because I'm on a higher dose of it now and I was not prepared for it. That's also why I didn't do that's also why we didn't do D&D last night. I thought it was just me being tired from the day, but no, it was this specific thing. I was able to pinpoint.
Yeah, and I'm just recovering from Friday because again haven't done that in like 4 or 5 years, so I have to get back into the swing of voice acting with D&D again.
Yes. Anyway, let's switch on over to the gaming scene so I can show off my new feature for my avatar, which is the ability to have PC gamepad buttons mapped onto a gamepad that my model's holding. It's a little hard to make out on my view, but if you pay attention to my fingers and not my massive booba, you'll see like my fingers and thumbs moving around to press different buttons. I know they're very close, but please try to look respectfully. Yeah, I deserve both of those, Ricking. Yeah, I didn't even say the thing yet, and you knew I was going to say something.
I guess they had a nat 20 in perception and predicting you.
I also preemptively turned down the volume for the emulator ahead of time.
Oh, right.
Because otherwise it would be way too loud. I had to turn it down to like 15.
Yeah, Symphony of Night is very loud.
No, I mean just all emulators are loud on PC because they play at they play the games at 100% volume plus whatever your volume settings on your PC are set at.
Oh. Okay.
So I had to like go into my Windows volume settings and like lower the volume of the emulator program.
Yep. But yes, I was also going to say, you did mention to me earlier you put the first session on the YouTube.
Yes, it is on YouTube now. It went up at noon Eastern today. All of my VODs go up at noon Eastern, like it's basically a day and a half after the stream starts. So it'll be like this won't go up tomorrow. It'll go up Tuesday. Because Twitch has a thing where, like, the VODs can't go up until 24 hours after the stream had happened.
Yeah, so if anyone missed the campaign, and if they wish to catch up to date, if they ever wanted to join the other streams to watch, VOD's there. Hope you guys enjoy it.
And, because Shadow Dragon is so inclined, he made a clip of the, like, 3.5 hours in mark where all of the backed up redeems happened at once.
Oh my gosh,
no,
what?
Yeah, remember that happening?
I remember, but he actually clipped it?
He clipped it because I wanted him to know his redeem did go through. It just took 3 hours after he redeemed it for it to show up.
Oh my, yeah, that was glorious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't make up that comedic timing.
Oh my, I that D&D session, what was the best timeline? I'm sorry. I will keep saying that because a lot of shenanigans followed.
And yes, Iron, I am playing the Sega Saturn version because I figured why not? Dare I say why not?
Yeah.
And also because it's a version that none of us are all too familiar with, because it does have its own exclusive content.
Yeah, I am somewhat familiar with it, but I know for a fact there is a couple of new items and new areas.
And new enemies, and new bosses, and new music, and changes to your equipment.
Yeah, and I will admit, it is also a little bit harder, because I think some of the enemies hit a little harder in the beginning than the PlayStation version.
I don't think that, like, enemy damage values are adjusted, but there are...
I'm thinking about a certain enemy, like a certain enemy in the castle that, I think it's either the Wrecking Ball Knight or, the, Malachi, Cthulhu flying creature.
It would have been Cthulhu, because Malachi shows up later. Even though Malachi is clearly supposed to be Cthulhu.
Well, yeah, that Malachi is basically the Cthulhu creature later on in the game when it was given its final name.
Yeah. All right. Where are we naming our file?
Well, it's October. It is spooky season. Probably some. You know what? I got an idea.
Yeah.
Varen.
All right, we're gonna name it after our new hot-blooded, fiery redhead heroine. And I now have a outfit for this model based on Varen for future D&D streams.
Oh,
you do. That's cool.
Yeah, basically me in this model in full pirate getup and red hair.
Ooh.
Because Varen is supposed to be a fiery redhead.
I will say that is very elegant.
All right, and from the start, I don't know if this is how it's like in the standard Saturn version, or if this is something that was pre-unlocked as part of the translation hack. But because it does make some visual changes as well. When you start, you can already choose between Richter, Alucard, and Maria instead of having to play the game as Alucard first.
In the Saturn, I think it's just the
like I know you can play all three of them, but I don't know if in the unhacked Saturn version, like original vanilla Japanese release, if you have to beat the game as Alucard first to unlock Richter and Maria.
I think you have to beat the game as Alucard first because originally Richter and Maria were extra modes, even in the Japanese Saturn.
Okay. That's a neat little quality of life feature that this hack adds, if that's really
also
the case.
Also, if I remember correctly with this hack, I don't remember. Well, from what I've heard, the Saturn version also has a more complete version of Richter's sprite.
Yeah, he has the coat. Memes from your
Which I
stream
wish we
started
had
to
in the
pop up in my
American
YouTube.
version.
I'm glad to hear that, Ricking.
Nice.
Also, your recent animatic showed up in my recommendations today, and congrats on getting 31,000 views on it.
Ooh, congrats.
I can say one difference already that would be perceptible to Niko, probably more than anyone else, if he had his vision, is that the FMVs are a lot more compressed.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot grainier picture quality, and that's because the Sega Saturn didn't have native MPEG-1 video decoding like the PS1 did, so any FMVs that it had in games would be rendered with, like, software rather than decoded.
Also
basically it amounts to, like,
castle.
that exterior shot of the castle was a lot grainier, and it didn't take up the whole screen. Two castles upside down, yep. The upside down castle is later. Alright. Performance is probably gonna be a little bit different, in this emulation compared to original hardware. I have played it on actual Saturn, and on actual Saturn it slows down like all the fucking time. Like, you may not notice it visually, but you feel it when you're playing it.
I have a question before you progress further.
Yeah?
Are we going to cheese Dracula into getting you perfect stats, or are you just gonna go?
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Okay, then I think it's just
at this point, it's wrong not to.
Okay, yeah, then just 60 hearts and then grab the holy water and just make it rain.
Yeah, I'm just grinding. I'm just grinding the upper levels to grab hearts. And also, I don't know if it's like this in the PS1 version. I'd have to double check, but
it is.
The items in the breakables, besides just the hearts, respawn infinitely.
The items on the you mean the items in Hidden Room,
yeah, like
right?
the shield rod and the heart refresh, all that, they respawn infinitely.
It doesn't affect anything. If anything,
it doesn't
just
affect
tells
anything
you-
because Richter can't use those items, but I just couldn't remember if, like, they constantly respawn.
They do not constantly respawn. When you go back to the castle and before you fight Richter, the items are moved to different locations, and the only thing that is up there, if I remember correctly, is a couple of resistance potions, a armor, and...
Okay, here's a visual change made for the hack, which is that Richter has his Dracula X Chronicles design in his dialogue sprite for this scene, but with the headband from the Rondo of Blood design.
Tribute. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
This is where he says the line. But yeah, it's Dracula X Chronicles Richter in the dialogue portrait with the white headband.
Yep.
Oh, the new Charizard I got.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned that before we started. Paldean Fates, I think, Charizard. It's like the secret rare with the really cool flames all around it, and like it's expensive, but
Yeah.
I bought it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But
I actually looked up how much the new Mega Evolution set. What was it called again?
which one, Mega Evolution or
The
Inferno
one that
X?
the one that recently came out with the Mega Gardevoir.
Mega Evolution.
Grade 10 of that Mega Gardevoir is $2,080.
Well, which Mega Gardevoir? There's 3.
There's there's 3.
Yeah, there's a gold card. That's probably 2,000.
Yeah, we're getting a
there's
lot more
the
slowdown here with Dracula's second form plus the Hydro Storm.
I mean, to be fair, it's Sega Saturn at this. It's Sega Saturn.
Well, it's
so
not
lot of
about
sprites.
it. It's not about it being Sega Saturn. The Saturn's actually more capable of handling this stuff. It's just that it wasn't handled by the Symphony of the Night team.
Yeah.
And they did not know how to properly do this for Saturn. Also, we got, in the Japanese version, we got narration over the text scroll.
Yay.
Yeah.
I was also going to say there's a
um,
much smoother, like, extra frames, I think, were drawn for Dracula's transformation. And,
Shaft.
yes, the Dark Priest shaft. You dig?
Look, as funny as his name is, and as much as his name is like that of a joke, he really is a pain in the ass to deal with. If you played Rondo of Blood's true ending path, he is a nightmare to deal with.
But
I think he's actually the hardest one to perfect, if I'm not mistaken. Harder than death, actually.
another difference that I noticed, and that's prevalent throughout the game, is anything that would have used transparencies, like the dialogue boxes, or, like, you know, the energy shockwaves that come out of Dracula when he teleports or when he transforms. The Saturn can't do that kind of, transparency, so instead it uses a more checkerboarded look. That if you were playing on a CRT with composite cables would look transparent. That's also how shadows are done in 3D games on Saturn.
Yeah.
Like if you play like a Sonic Jam on Saturn and go to the Sonic World mode, you'll notice that the shadow for Sonic's 3D model, instead of being like a solid circle with like a transparency effect added to it, is instead like a checkerboarded pattern with like little dots of missing pixels.
Also, guys, prepare to sit here for 3 hours farming Crusadegrims.
That was you.
Look, I actually managed to
Look,
get two of them in under an hour. Look, I got two of them in under an hour. Dual Arcana rings.
All right, yeah, we got some some of those Saturn transparencies I was just talking about on like the smoke clouds that come out of the wargs when you kill them.
Yeah, when they burst into like flame.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta watch this playing Hollow Knight. Ooh, have fun. Hollow Knight or Silk Song?
Have fun.
I haven't played either, but I know people are excited for Silk Song.
Here we go. We got some good music right here.
Yeah, absolute banger tracks throughout this whole soundtrack. I just wish there was more variety in the second castle.
I will say this. Fun fact about this music, which is I think it's just called Dracula's like.
Yeah, it's just called Dracula's Castle.
Yeah. Okay. Fun fact: this is actually the main theme that people relate Alucard to, due to the fact that although in Castlevania 3 he's playable, in this game this is the first time Alucard was as the main protagonist.
Yep.
So this is technically, canonically, his battle theme.
It's like how technically, even though Simon's theme is, I think, just called Simon's theme,
Vampire Killer would be the original one.
Yeah, the song that most often represents him in other appearances is Vampire Killer.
Yes, because he started in the NES version, and Simon's theme is called that because although 4 is a retelling of 1 in an alternate universe, the full name of Simon's theme is called Dance of the Holy Man.
Okay.
Which is a very interesting concept, but the music for that is very, very good. Like, Castlevania music in general is amazing. Like, I can't say it enough.
Right.
Actually, ironically, Symphony of the Night is one of the main reasons I made the campaign.
I'm not surprised.
Well,
all right,
yeah,
we got a more smooth looping of music here. Like, there was a couple extra seconds added, like an extra beat or so added to the end of the track to make it smoothly loop, as opposed to how it just starts over on the PS1 version. You find that often in Saturn versions of PS1 games.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the transition of the looping of the music is still there. And,
probably one of the
it's a lot smoother.
In terms of like games that I played way too much on both PS1 and Saturn, I have noticed a specific flourish that's in the Saturn version of the opening stage boss of Mega Man X4 that I actually prefer over the more famous PS1 version, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Because Mega Man X4 is one of my favorite games of all time, so of course I'm going to notice differences like that. But basically, like, when the big robot dragon boss thing that you fight in the opening stage of Mega Man X4.
Yeah.
In the Saturn version, when it flies in, there's like a keyboard riff that accompanies it flying in, instead of just starting with the boss theme.
Okay. Also, for another thing, Symphony of the Night is what got Lulu into Castlevania. But
this is what Symphony of the Night is what got me into Castlevania. More specifically, the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah, and then when I showed Lulu, and same with Chuck, and anyone else that I've came into contact with, they dug deeper into the story, and then they got hooked.
I thought about doing Lament of Innocence tonight, but I was like, do I really have the time to set up CSX2 on here just so I can show off my new gamepad tracking?
Oh, here's Death.
Yep.
Ah, Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
I've come.
Japanese Alucard sounds sexy. Then again, so does PS1 English Alucard. But god damn.
Death, also, I noticed Death sounds like a mixture between the PSP Dracula X Chronicles version of Death and his original Symphony of the Night sound work.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I will also say for this translation hack, if you're one of those freaks that prefers the PSP script, the mod comes in both PS1 and PSP script flavors.
I like both of them just for the fact that it's good to see the differences, but there's one thing in the PSP version that I have to say triumphs the PS1 version, and that is the ending music to the best ending in the game. Because
part of it's also the reason for that is just because they lost the licensing rights to that song.
Well, yeah, plus the fact that it gets kind of annoying hearing I Am the Wind 4 times in a row if you're trying to go for all endings true 100%.
Yeah. Right,
which I did when I live streamed.
If I can kill the skeleton,
Twitch.
There we go, got our short sword. The menus load a lot slower.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And because there's no select button on a Saturn controller, in order to access the map, you have to go into the pause menu and then press the L button to bring up the map.
Yeah, Saturn has a lot.
Here's where the equipment stuff that I was talking about that's different comes into play. You have 3 slots for handheld items now. You have your right hand, you have your left hand, so, your sword and shield. Then you have a pocket, which is for healing items.
Yeah, so potions, food items.
Yeah, like right
resistance
now I'm gonna put the
potions.
pork chop I got in there. You know, keep a pork chop in your pocket, as Alucard is wont to do.
Look, the fact of the matter is, the castle has a ton of food hidden within the walls, and try as you may, they're always cooked to perfection and never go bad. And there's many theories behind that. Either the spirits of the castle are like thanking you for helping them, or just for the fact if you're just damn hungry, get a pot roast from over the damn wall. Come on.
I would like to propose a third theory, and it's working off of something that is canon for Eggman's Interstellar Amusement Park in Sonic Colors.
Oh, no.
For Sweet Mountain.
Okay, what is this? I want to hear this lore.
The food never goes bad, because it's made of 99% preservatives.
Okay, and what would count as preservatives in 1797?
Salt.
That would be one salty ass pork chop. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's gonna make you thirsty. It's a trap by Dracula to make people die of dehydration.
Oh god, I just realized in Rondo of Blood, Maria finds a 7-tier wedding cake. Is that thing covered in salt too?
Nah, that one's 99% lard.
No wonder.
It's,
no wonder why
it's just
Maria-
lard.
Oh,
It's just
God.
lard covered in frosting in the shape of a 7-tier wedding cake.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I want to make the joke, but the problem is Maria is my aunt, and if I do that, it's just gonna sound weird coming from me. So not gonna do this.
I'm theorizing that that's what Dracula's castle is like, because that's how the hidden food in my castle is.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I did find actually a couple like bratwursts, maybe a good box of pizza in there.
Although nowadays we wouldn't use salt or things like that. We just load it full of chemicals.
Yeah, that blue drink and red drink from the 90s.
Yeah, good. You don't know what flavor it's supposed to be, but one definitely tastes like blue and the other definitely tastes like red.
Okay, real talk. Those mini hug barrels, like I still like those things are still good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Here's something that's gonna be a bit
why.
fucky for Niko. We just went through one of the CD loading halls,
Yeah,
and there was still a loading screen after it.
yeah, that makes sense.
Like, there's loading screens for the loading screens, basically.
I heard you like loading screens, so let's give you loading screens upon loading screens, so you can load your screen while you're loading screen.
Also, when the title cards come up for entering a new area for the first time, they have different animations than on the PS1 version.
Okay, that is actually pretty cool.
Like, this one, instead of just, like, showing up and fading away, it, like, curled up and flew up to the top of the screen.
Which, by the way, the track for this area is called Dance of Gold, which was also put into Super Smash Brothers.
Yep. All this Symphony of the
remix
Night
for-
representation in Super Smash Brothers, and yet Alucard's only an assist trophy.
Look, I would have loved to have... Look, we could just get rid of, we can get rid of one of the
I
Fire
watched the
Emblem characters
Netflix
for
series,
Alucard.
asks Ricking. I watched the first 3 seasons. Started season 4. Haven't gotten very far in it because I got sidetracked by other things. I liked the first 2 seasons. Season 3 is it's a bit too dour for my taste. It's very in line with what you expect from, I always get these two confused. It's either Garth Ennis or, another one who I get confused with. But, like, he's known for writing, like, very grimdark, depressing, like, nihilistic stuff.
Yeah.
So season 3 is more his wheelhouse. And I'm like, that just doesn't work as a follow-up to how hopeful the ending of season 2 was. Season 3 is just everyone gets beat down and shit on.
I've seen all 4 seasons of the original anime Netflix one, and then I saw all up to date for Nocturne. And I will say this: I do agree with Maxine here on season 3, but my portrayal and take on it is, yeah, season 2, the events of it happened, but then from there, like, it's supposed to be their own way of going into Curse of Darkness. And
I get that, but also
yeah, but
like, you go into like knowing
it's
its origin.
Something that's not supposed to be. Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say is, if you look at like the whole long road that this series had to get to Netflix, hi Kier.
Hi Kier.
Like, it was supposed to be a 2-part direct-to-DVD movie that would have just covered Castlevania 3. And it feels very much like a case of, like, it was planned out as a 2-season story. And then they just kind of went postscript for seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because I feel like it's more along the lines of, like, a book or a chronicle. So, like, the first 2 seasons would be, like, book 1, season 3 and 4 would be book 2, and then going into Nocturne, it would be Dracula X, and then going into Symphony of the Night, so that would be book 3 and 4.
That also explains, like, why the story feels almost complete at the end of season 2, with just, like, 1 or 2 dangling threads to maybe follow up on if it got renewed for a season 3.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the main trio story is basically finished.
Well, the fact is, though, a lot of people knew Dracula X and Symphony of the Night was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even if Curse of Darkness's anime adaptation wasn't gonna happen as much, but it did. And the one thing I'm curious about is how they're going to do Symphony of the Night in Nocturne, because I loved season 1 Nocturne, like, a lot of lore, but like, it made up for it in season 2, and I'm hopeful for Symphony of the Night in season 3 and for when they do season 3 and 4 of that, because again, Symphony of the Night is one of the more impactful Castlevanias, and a lot of the ones that people start with.
It's also going to be the one that has the biggest expectations for it. So it's the one that they have to make sure they don't fuck up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because I'm going to say this right now, and this is coming from me. I feel bad for the writers and the voice actors for this one, because, again, Symphony of the Night is a big game that has a massive legacy. Like, you love it or hate it. At the end of the day,
it codified an entire genre of video games. It is a landmark piece of gaming history.
Yeah, exactly. And like even if you can tell, like, as you all see right now on the screen, like, no matter what version you're playing, the sprite work looks amazing. It's
some of the most beautiful sprite work of the 5th generation.
Yeah, and Castlevania is definitely there are the 3D games, but the 2D games have, like, some of the best sprite work in the business. Like, not a lot of games can hold up to it. Like, that's me saying something.
Yeah, if the Castlevania Netflix series does continue on to covering the Sorrow duology, that would be interesting to see that adapt the Sorrow duology with Soma Cruz.
Yeah, I know for a fact they're probably going to do that, because the Aria and Dawn of Sorrow duology is basically the end of technically the timeline, because it was where Dracula was ultimately defeated. But here's my question, though. I'm wondering if they're going to do the Battle of 1999, because here's the thing. We didn't get a game or anything else outside of fandom recreation that tells about that lore.
Also, to respond to Ricking saying, wait, someone hates Symphony of the Night. Yeah, Gaming in the Clinton years did a negative review of Symphony of the Night where they criticized it for everything that made it iconic, and also said that's not as fun as Super Mario 64.
Okay, I'm going to be real. The person who did that, and I'm sorry.
Gaming in the Clinton years is not known for good takes.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this right now. His opinion is wrong. Everything he said about the game, about Symphony of the Night, was wrong, and he should feel bad, because Symphony of the Night, is a very, look, I will defend it. And I'm gonna tell people this right. Like, you can actually play this game on Xbox. You can emulate it on Saturn. They have a collection on the PS4 for Requiem. And we're fighting
Slogger and Gaibon.
Yeah, which, by the way, there is an earlier version of this fight if you don't come here but leave Alchemy Laboratory immediately.
You mean like a speedrunning trick?
No, it just it makes the fight when you get into here a lot easier because you'll find them. You know where Death took your items?
Yeah.
If you leave Alchemy Laboratory, go there, you'll find them there waiting for you. And if you hit them enough times, they will retreat to the Alchemy Laboratory, and you can fight them when they're at half health here.
Bro, this sounds like some Unlock Luigi in Super Mario 64 shit.
It's
100% the kind of thing that would happen in a Castlevania game.
Look, it's not. Like, it's just a matter of, hey, you want to fight these guys in, like, the first area of the game? You can do this. But
see,
no,
my problem with Iron, my problem with oh yeah, there's a lot more slowdown when the life up potion appears. My problem with the Super Mario 64 comparison in that review is that they're completely unrelated games on two different consoles that play completely differently and are in two different dimensions. They are not a good point of comparison for, like, it's like saying, oh, Super Mario World is a fine enough game, but it's not as good as Guitar Hero 5.
Yeah, I mean, again, Symphony of the Night is mainly 2D with, like, 3D backgrounds. And and Mario 64 is completely 3D.
I will say,
really...
graphically, there is one thing that Saturn Symphony of the Night does have over PS1 Symphony of the Night, which is that it fills the full screen instead of leaving black bars at the top and bottom.
Yeah, it has that aspect ratio going for it.
At the same time, that means they had to redraw the graphics to fit accordingly. So that's some extra work they had to do for the increased vertical resolution. And horizontal, because it doesn't run at 256 pixels wide, it runs at 320. Yeah, it's 320 by 240 instead of 256 by 224, I think. Basically higher resolution all around, and it fills the full 4:3 aspect ratio instead of leaving blank space at the top and bottom and on the sides. Did you miss the "was a man" line? Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Although it was in Japanese, so you wouldn't have been able to understand it anyway, other than, you know, the subtitles.
But no, another good example of kind of gameplay is the DS Castlevania. Mainly Portrait of Ruin, because Portrait of Ruin has the closer background sprite work, 3D sprite work that is similar to Symphony. I mean, it's not on par with it, but it's there.
Iron says, convenient, Dracula's castle has elevators. This incarnation of it does. Remember, this castle is a creature of chaos. It takes on many forms, which means it changes its layout every time, so you can't just come back to it remembering how it was.
Yeah, also the fact that the alchemy stuff, as well as, like, a lot of the sciences, is all forgotten arts. So humanity, technically, in a technological sense, would be behind at least a couple thousand years, just for the sheer fact that the machinations in the castle, as well as a lot of the stuff that seems a lot more futuristic, only exists here at the time. So it's a matter of, oh, hey, I'm going to be finding a robotic knight that spins an axe blade like a buzzsaw, but we have cannons and, like, wooden battering rams.
They have muskets, like, at this point.
I mean, yeah, that too, but again,
muskets are not good against vampires, trust me. I've been shot with them.
Okay, look, to be fair, the Frankenstein creature in Portrait of Ruin has a Gatling gun built into its elbow.
Yeah, I said they're not good against vampires. I didn't say they're not good against humans.
Yeah.
Also, JKR, thank you for noticing the controller attached to my model. It actually tracks what buttons I'm pressing. Although it's a little bit different compared to the controller I'm holding in my hand, which is a Sega Saturn controller. So, you know, like the 6-button Genesis layout, but with shoulder buttons.
Wait, when did you get the controller?
I've had this for a while. Well, you mean the new controller thing from my model? I got that today.
Yeah. I didn't even notice it at first.
I talked about it I talked about it towards the beginning of the stream. You were probably looking at the Zards.
Either that or I was eating or something.
Look, the Zard art is very beautiful, and it's easily to get distracted.
The Zard art, or Zart for short.
The Zardon.
The Zardon.
The Zardon.
The Zard art. But no, what I was saying a little bit before, if people have not played this game, I would at least encourage you to seek it out and actually try it. It is a very good game to play. And
don't bother tracking down a physical copy for PS1 unless you're absolutely sure that you want a physical copy for PS1 and also have the money to spend on one. It's not the most expensive PS1 game, but it is pricey for such a famous. It is pricey for such a famous game.
But the reason why also it's a very good game is you can play this game in so many different ways and run it in so many different ways. You're not locked to like just one way to do it. You can find new weapons to play with. You can challenge yourself to fight unarmed, and you can actually do it.
Yeah,
and,
people have done all sorts of challenge runs for it, and it's one of the games that birthed the online speedrunning community, from what I've read, because there's so many easy to do exploits for like skipping past certain chunks of the game.
Yeah, one of the speedrunners I watched a lot that I learned from in terms of the game's layout.
Twitch not letting me use my Prime sub to resub to Ari. You already subbed at the beginning of the stream. Why do you need to sub again?
Yeah.
Are you that dedicated to being my sub? Because sorry, I'm a Switch and I'm not into you that way.
I'm just gonna say this right now. There's a speedrunner called FunkDoc. I don't think he speedruns Castlevania anymore, but he did all the NES games as well as like Symphony as speedruns, and I learned all my stuff and knowledge from watching him play.
You didn't sub at the beginning? Well, I guess it auto-resubbed you at the beginning because I got the notification for you resubbing at the beginning of the stream. I assumed that was you doing it on purpose.
Was that what the noise was at the...
Yeah, that was the sound of Jeffrey saying yes, very stuttery. That's my sub alert.
Okay. Also, I'm trying to remember what music this one is, but Marble Gallery is a very stage.
Yeah, I can't remember what all the music tracks are called.
Yeah, like I know a majority of the Castlevania tracks, but the funny thing is, a lot of the music has very weird-ass pronunciations.
Yeah, a lot of it's like Latin terminology that I'm not very familiar with. Another thing about graphical differences, when you defeat the mannequin enemies, they have a different death animation.
Yeah, because in the original
the
game,
PS1
they just
version.
burn up.
Instead of burning up, they like collapse and then spin away into the background and disappear.
Basically falling into back into the void.
I think of it's almost like a Speen version of looks like Team Rocket's blasting off again.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
The Digimon Adventure opening where they start.
Oh yeah,
it
is like the Digimon Adventure opening where like they spin into the background.
To the world. Yeah, that's what it is basically.
It's basically that.
That I want.
It's basically that, but it came out before Digimon Adventure.
I was gonna say, is it bad that I want to have like the sprite of the mannequin there, and as soon as the sprite just spins during the intro? I just have that as a GIF.
I don't know what to tell you, JKR, which is... It seems to exclusively have sub-related issues with you. I don't know why.
They don't.
Iron had a question about lore-wise for the tech that we would see in the castle, in Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
So for another example,
Yes.
it would probably be not out of the question to see a mech in Dracula's castle. We see a steampunk mech in this game.
Actually, in Order of Ecclesia, which 100 years after this game, you do have a giant bladed centaur mech that you fight, which actually predates the Titan fight in Lords of Shadow. Just a little more scaled down, but you still have to climb it.
I also wouldn't classify the Titans X. They're more golems.
Well, no, I'm saying in terms of like how you deal with it.
Oh,
How you
okay.
deal with the boss. Like, I know the Titans aren't mechs. I'm just saying, I think the enemy creature is called Elgor, like Eelgor or something, and it's like a giant
Are you sure it's
Centaur
not
mech with-
Igor?
No, I don't believe so. It's like Elgor or something.
Or Abnormal.
Oh my god. But
Or Frankenstein.
it's basically a steampunk iron centaur mech with a bladed tail, crossbow attachments at the base of it, at the I want to say like at the upper thigh, and then dual lances or swords. And it is very annoying to deal with. But it is a very cool concept nonetheless.
I bet.
Oh, it is. When you play Order of Ecclesia, and whenever you play Order of Ecclesia, Maxine, you're gonna.
I know Order of Ecclesia is a fan favorite, so I'm looking forward to playing it. It's just
Yeah, Order of Ecclesia-
I've got a lot to go through before I get to Order of Ecclesia in terms of the Igavanias.
Well, look at it this way. I'll
Right,
be
we're-
by your side.
We're coming
the
up on the
entire
clock
time.
room where we meet best Castlevania girl.
Oh god, we're meeting my auntie.
Yes. And we just killed 2 flea men.
I had to tune out a bit of the conversation about Titans because it brought something else to my mind and it's spoiler related. So I was like, nope.
Okay.
Hi, Maria.
It's not related to this game though.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Her Japanese voice is so cute to me. I don't know why.
Well, it's more fitting for the age Maria is at this point of the story.
Yeah, I believe she's like 18 or 17. One of
She's
the
like,
two. according-
she's, I believe, like right at 18. So she would
yeah,
sound
I
younger.
believe it's 18. She would be 18 and Richter would be, I believe 25 or 24.
Yeah. Because it's like, what, 5 years later, right?
Yeah, whereas, hold on.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's
Maria...
5 years after
5 years later, so
Dracula X.
Maria would be 17.
Yeah, she would be 17. And in between there, Judgment's storyline for Maria would have happened where she wants to be mature.
Yeah.
And then it would go into Symphony. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to remember my facts correctly.
Oh boy, we got a Dr. Ivo Pingasnick redeem. Maria! Maria!
Oh my god. Also, it's nice to see you, Auntie. Don't get killed. Oh right.
She's got
God.
plot immunity in this game, remember? She can get to areas that are guarded by bosses before we can even open those doors.
Well, two things. One, when you play as her, she has a very specific speedrunning way to kill bosses within minor seconds. And second, I just forgot. We're gonna have to fight her.
Yep. This is the game that introduced. This is the version of the game that introduced the Maria boss fight.
Yeah, and the one thing that's scary about it is, so the way Maria works is she is a martial artist that mainly uses like an owl or a dove, and has four Chinese beasts of the four Chinese Celtic beasts.
It's the cardinal beasts, I believe they're called. Where
the cardinal beasts.
Each one represents a cardinal direction and guards that direction. It's
Suzaku.
I don't know their specific name.
Byako.
I don't know their specific names. One is the dragon. One is the turtle.
Yeah,
one is
I
the
know
tiger
the names by heart.
and the other is
A phoenix.
Phoenix. Yes.
So
Yeah, the
basically,
phoenix. It's Suzaku, Byako.
Well, it also depends on
Suzaku's
whether
the
you're
phoenix.
talking about the Chinese names or the Japanese names.
It's they always went by the Chinese with her with the character.
Okay.
It would be Suzaku the Phoenix, Byako the Tiger, which is basically her cat sub weapon. She throws a cat and it does electric damage. Seiryu the dragon, or the Leviathan rather, and
No, the Leviathan would have been the turtle.
no, that would be the
It's like-
dragon sub weapon.
Okay. I'm just thinking about like Guardian Beast. Keep in mind,
I'm trying
I
to
do
remember
not
what the
claim to
fourth
be
one
an
was
expert
named.
on mythology. I barely know my own lore.
I'm not an expert on either. All I know is
I only
sub
know
weapon
because it
crash?
was a puzzle in a level in Killer 7.
all I'm saying is her sub weapon crash for the dragon is you see a giant Leviathan roar and like the whole screen gets nuked.
I kept thinking of like the Digimon
Genbu,
characters.
Genbu's
Yeah,
the
they're-
turtle.
Yeah, they're guardians of the digital world in
The Sovereign.
the Sovereign.
Yeah.
They are based on the cardinal beasts from Chinese mythology.
And then Maria has one other.
And the one we
What other
always
ability-
see in Digimon is always a Zulongmon, never any others. In
Pretty
terms
much.
of like story significance.
Well, I mean, I think we
Xbox
saw a few of them in Frontier.
Did we? Not in terms of story significance.
Either
Hello?
that or Tamers.
It would have been
We
Tamers.
saw the
The
Phoenix in
Sovereign,
one.
the Sovereign didn't show up in Frontier. I had to watch every episode for that shitty old abridged series I made.
I need to see when Zaquilamon showed up because that's the one I'm thinking about.
Hello,
no,
is my mic working?
yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
No, I'm just making sure because my Xbox made a sound and I was like, oh, okay.
Frontier
panic
was
mode.
the Celestial Digimon, not the Sovereign.
I'm trying to remember where it was that they popped up because it was Zaquilamon. I think that was actually Tamers.
Yeah, it would have been Tamers because it's not Frontier.
Yeah, it was Tamers. He also popped up in Try.
Yeah, but no one likes
And
Try.
then-
No one with good taste likes Try. Oh, hi, oarsman. Oh, and a fish jumped out of the
Ari,
water. I've
why
never
are
seen
you
that before.
Ari, why are you spying on Charon?
First of all, it's pronounced Karen.
I just call him the old man. Why are you spying on him?
Look, you've heard how he laughs. He's 100% spying on me as well.
The man is just rowing his boat.
Yes, and I know what kind of laugh that means coming from an old man. I've seen Dragon Ball.
Are you telling me that Charon is Master Roshi?
I'm not saying he's Master Roshi. I'm saying that they share very similar interests.
Also, you know that giant knight that's guarding the room
Yeah, the one that I'm not gonna go for until after I beat the doppelganger.
Yeah, there's a way to get Mirror Caress and Jewel Knuckle early.
Oh yeah, you're the one who taught me that.
Oh right, I did. Yeah,
the last time I
sorry.
streamed the PS1
I don't have
version.
good memory. I have little brain. I apologize. I know there's a way to lock the doppelganger into an endless loop.
Yeah, I just don't have the right sub weapon for it because I got kind of bodied into picking up the book instead of something more useful like the holy water.
There's another way to do it without the sub weapon.
Well, I'm also not going to try and do it during a live stream when I haven't practiced it.
Fair enough. Yeah. You mind if I say what it is though?
Yeah.
Or
go ahead.
All right. So, the boss that he's about to do is doppelganger. The interesting thing is, aside from attack, it'll mimic his movement. If he turns around, jumps, and then slashes, the doppelganger will forcefully jump into your blade, and it'll fly backwards. And if you keep doing this in a rhythmic pattern, you can kill this boss with just a short sword, if anything, without any weapon at all.
That is, unless you get unlucky like me and he keeps spamming daggers and the bat charge.
Bat form. Yeah, if you get unlucky with that, then you're just gonna have to hit this guy and hope to God you kill him.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on for me. He's being very aggressive, like the pizza.
Look, he just didn't have his chicken nuggies and his chalky milk, okay? He's very hungry and very angry.
To show off the
God,
pocket
chicken
item.
nuggets sound
Pocket
very
roast.
Chicken nuggets actually sound pretty good right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Pocket roast, second only in power to the pocket sand.
Pocket roast.
I like to imagine that Alucard's using some sort of magic, because otherwise how is he filling an entire pot roast into his pocket?
I mean, Hammer Space / D&D Magic Bag of Holding.
If we're going by Hammer
he's
Space,
also
does that mean that Alucard also has access to Toon Force?
Okay, he's not that broken, but he's able to... Okay, in defense... How is he able to carry all those Chrysogrims, shields, rod, and all other kinds of things?
Magic. It's magic. I don't have to explain it. By the way, Ari, after seeing that art, you still want to commission me someday? Absolutely. I love the art that you posted, and I've never commissioned sussy art before, so that would be something new, and I love your art style.
Sussy art?
Yeah, he posted some, like, tastefully lewd art. Ricking posted some tastefully lewd art today. I describe it as tastefully lewd because it's not like, you know, I have a no porn rule in my server, but, like, skimpy out.
Basically.
It's fan servicey, yes.
Okay.
One of them was of, like, a more adult figured Toph in a, basically Kitana's, think Kitana's outfit from later Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Iron.
Have a good night, Iron. Definite. Oh, right. You're going to the library next.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting the wolf form first.
Well, yeah, wolf form. Well, yeah, obviously you're gonna need the wolf form, but I'm just saying, like, canonically, in the game, well, no, you can go to any area you want technically if you're skilled enough.
I'm also activating the elevator because you have to activate the elevator to get the wolf. All right, he can turn into a bat. Yes.
Plus,
he is half vampire after all. It would be wrong if he couldn't.
Yeah, he gets 3 forms to use in the game. He gets the bat, the mist, and the wolf.
Yeah, he gets the wolf first.
And as we are about to see, we are about to get some pupper.
Yes,
pupper
some
action.
doggo. With a dedicated Bork button.
I do apologize if I'm talking a lot, though. Like, I'm just very excited for Symphony.
You're good. Here comes the fun
And
elevator, the
very
one that scares Alucard. Alright, we got the soul of the wolf. To be fair, an elevator moving like that would make you jump too.
I mean, to be fair,
JKR really wants to know which Sovereign Digimon you were talking about, Miles.
Hold on. Which one was I talking about? Good question. I talked about all of them in that conversation. Because we talked about Zaquilamon, we talked about Azulongmon.
So that's 2, not all of them.
But no, I found out a little bit more apparently about them. So yeah, they actually gave them a backstory in Try.
Yeah, but no one likes Try.
Well, it's canon apparently.
I don't care if it's canon. Try sucks ass.
I know, but they gave the Sovereigns an actual backstory, which actually gave us a reason why they existed.
Did we need it?
Phoenix. Sorry, Ari.
I was going to say, like, did we need a backstory for basically guardian gods of the world? It's like, it's one of those things, it's like, oh, that's one of the problems with Try with me. It's like, oh, we're going to give backstory to all these things. It's like, are they things that we wanted backstories for, though? Or, like, things that necessarily needed backstories?
I think some people wanted a backstory, but at the same time,
they finally showed us some of the original Digidestined that were briefly talked about in Adventure, and I was like, oh, it's completely underwhelming.
Oh no, yeah, that's where the Sovereigns came from. The original Digidestined. It's their partners.
Oh no.
Their partners became the Sovereigns to fight the Dark Masters and then got sealed.
So the Sovereigns are just really shit at their jobs. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, so Azulongmon was a Triceramon. Zaquilamon the Phoenix was a Hippogriffamon. I need to look up the other ones real quick, just for curiosity's sake.
Also, very good music right here. Also, I am curious, why are you in...
Why am I what?
Why are you in the clock tower?
I'm not in the clock tower yet. I'm fighting the skulls.
Where is
right.
it?
They have a shield that they drop. That's a pretty good. That's pretty good for the shield rod.
Because the skull ghost thingamafuckers rely on transparency effects. In the PS1 version, they're just full on like checkerboarded in the Saturn version.
Oh, here we go.
So you were just showing that off.
Yeah. And also, I picked up a scimitar from one of them.
Ebawormmon was an Orochimon, which is like a multiple-headed snake.
I know what an Orochi is.
And then Bahumon, I guess is how they pronounce it. The pronunciation was a Loader Leomon.
Yeah, the names that Niko was going with for the Cardinal Beast. That's why I was saying depends on Japanese or Chinese. You were going with the Japanese names for it.
Was I?
No, I'm saying Niko was.
Oh, Niko was, yeah.
Because names like Byako and Seryu, those are Japanese in origin.
Oh.
Their Chinese
I'm just going
the
off
Chinese
of what
equivalents are basically what was used for the Digimon names.
Because I was just gonna say, I was just going off of what Maria called.
Yeah, so it would make sense for Maria to call them by their Japanese names just for ease of, ease of pronunciation for native Japanese speakers.
Yeah, plus
and ease of
like
ease of like conveying how they're supposed to be spoken when read, because the whole thing with like what makes Japanese partly a hard language to learn is when you factor kanji into it, which is just Chinese characters read as part of the Japanese language.
I was gonna say because you don't usually see the Chinese like pronunciations. Usually, like in 14, like for example, 14 uses the Japanese ones, and you just don't really see the Chinese pronunciations used as much.
Yeah, and that Digimon used the Chinese ones for the basis for its sovereign Digimon.
Basis, yeah. So did you have fun poking around at the skulls?
Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't get sent to the Bone Zone.
Oh, we're about to hear another good music.
Nah, that was the Warp Room.
Oh, we're in the teleport room. Never mind.
Yeah, there is no music there.
I would. Yeah, I would actually go there. I would actually go there and teleport back to the beginning area so you can get a free health upgrade.
Okay. Yeah, I just
upgrade,
it was kind of funny timing for you to be like, oh, we're about to hear a great piece of music, and then it's just silence.
Silent. Well, what's better than the sweet sound of silence?
What's better than the sweet sound of silence is that there is a song on the Symphony of the Night soundtrack called Silence.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not silent.
There's a song called Silence. It is not silent at all.
Yeah. For a song called Silent Night, it's not very silent, is it? It's actually quite loud. I don't see how I don't see how a baby is supposed to sleep to this song. It's quite orchestrated.
I would also save just in case if you get bodied.
Yeah. I saved after going to the spoopy ghost room.
That's fine. I'm just making sure.
I instinctively save at every save room I come across, even if I don't necessarily.
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night's just that kind of game.
Yeah, to chat, you can easily forget to save. You could end up getting to like near the end of the game, and then if you die and haven't saved since then, guess what? You're doing all that shit again.
Yeah, this is one area where the Saturn version comes slightly in above the PS1 version, in that the Saturn has a battery backed up RAM for hosting save files instead of relying on memory cards. So I've given this example before with Mega Man Legends, but I did not have this experience with Symphony of the Night because I first played it on Xbox 360, but I can imagine this was the case for many a child in 1997.
Yep.
Imagine you have gotten this new Castlevania game. You do not have, for your Sony PlayStation, you do not have a memory card because it does not come bundled with the console. You die in Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the Sony PlayStation and do not have a memory card. You get sent back to the title screen, and guess what? You're starting from the beginning of the game all over again.
Yeah.
You have to do it all over again, and had to take bids all over again. I would still do it all over again. I'd do it all over again. I'd do it 15 times over again. If I had 15 Symphony of the Nights and no memory cards and died 15 times, I would still do it all over again.
All I'm gonna say is this: if you want to know why,
sorry, I went autopilot there with my YouTube boot memes.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying, if you wonder why, what is a man so memeable and people remember it, now you know why.
Yeah, you hear that like little guitar riff and drum kick that happens right before the loop, right? That's new to the Saturn mix of the soundtrack.
Yeah. Actually, I have a Ari. There's I think it's the string game player or something it's called. He did a entire melody of both the classic and Symphony of the Night Vania soundtrack.
Oh, cool.
And it like melds together to where it was like it was very nice. I forgot like the full name of the YouTube channel. Oof. All right, now we get to see game over screen.
We get to hear Japanese game over. Have you seen the progress shots for Amalgamus Prime? I think I have.
Thanks, Death. Love you too. We're gonna come back anyway, you
Let
bastard.
us go out the evening for pleasure. It says.
The night is still young. Yeah.
I just noticed that's kind of fucky. It should be this evening, not the evening.
Yeah.
I noticed that before.
Yeah. But no, thank you, Iga, for this wonderful game. Also, the fact we have to sit through a long-ass game over screen. That is one thing I am going to peg you.
You are not going to peg me at all. I don't like you that way.
What the? Don't take my words out of context.
See, JKR, it wasn't just you that said that term. Was that a regional dialect?
I swear to God. I would say I swear to God, but God isn't in these. So guess what?
God has no power here.
Of course not. It's a vampiric castle. Look,
take the
and
warp
look,
room
I have to
back to the outer wall so I can go to the library. Maybe pick up some library cards.
Right now.
Because, you know, having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
Real talk, though, library cards will save your life. Also, if you're going for 100% bestiary, you are going to need library to do this.
No appreciation for the top tier art reference.
Eh?
Having fun isn't hard when you've got a life. That was part of a musical number that was an episode of a whole bunch of musical numbers about going to the library and discovering the fun of books at the library. Did none of y'all watch Arthur?
Oh, PBS Arthur?
Yes. You know, Arthur.
Okay. I did, but it was a long time ago.
That's just stuck in that's forever ingrained in my psyche, along with another bit of a musical number from there, which was about the brain reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's like, I was Jekyll, Jekyll, Hyde, Hyde, Jekyll.
Oh, God.
I watched a lot of Arthur as a kid, mostly the earlier seasons, because, you know, I was of that age. Also,
Go ahead.
The Dullahan enemy in this game, sorry, not the Dullahan, they call it Yorick in this game. No, wait, no, it's the one that should be Yorick, but Durahan. The one that's holding its own skull and has a sword. Durahan. There's a black outline around its sword.
Also,
that that does not blend in with the rest of its sprite, is one thing.
Oh, weird. It also drops a very powerful weapon.
Yeah, the rapier. I just dropped one.
Oh, God, really?
Yes.
Okay, well, never mind.
I'm getting lucky with my drops tonight.
Look, you may not have to worry about the Crusader drop. If you still don't get a rune sword, and you're not even trying for it, and yet you don't get any Crusader, I'm gonna be like, okay, you are one lucky you are one lucky woman.
We're going to say SOB, but no, it would be DOB in this case.
Yeah, because the rune sword in this game has a worse drop rate than the Crusaders.
The rune sword is central to a clip from Vinny that I really like. Vinny Vinesauce, of course, when he was playing Symphony of the Night and he had just gotten the rune sword.
And he died.
He died immediately afterwards when he was trying to show off that when you swing the rune sword, it says verboten. And he got nuked by a Nova Skeleton while trying to show that off. And he had not saved. Okay, the Ectoplasm is another enemy that has kind of a broken sprite due to Sega Saturn not supporting transparent textures.
I'm sorry. When that happened to Vinny, oh my God, I cried. I cried. I felt his pain.
Cursed. Thankfully, I can just put an uncursed in my pocket and use it. So much more convenient in the Saturn version.
I'm gonna be real with you. Cursed as a status in this game really isn't that big of a deal because
it's not a big deal. It's just a pain in the ass that you have to wait until it wears off or take your time to equip and uncurse.
Which is weird because curse will not allow you to use your physical attacks, but you could still use your magic spells as well as your sub weapons.
Yep.
So it's kind of pointless. It's just like, oh, okay. You just can't use one button on the controller.
Technically 2 buttons.
Right, yeah, because both hands.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh god, the slowdown really kicks in when you kill the books.
I know for a fact that there's a variant of book in here that drops, I think, $1,000 if you can get the drop.
Yeah, I've gotten it before when I was particularly lucky. Who knows? Maybe I'll get it tonight.
If you end up getting, watch you get 3 bags of thousands. I will laugh.
Slowdown kicks in with the magic tomes in general. The books and the magic tomes.
Also, this music is very classy, and I love it.
Yeah. Perfect for the long library.
Yep. I mean, the long library is a very, very... It's actually one of my other favorite areas, and it's for the fact that you have to come back here multiple times, and there is actually a little Easter egg in this game that the long library is tied to. I forget which fairy it is, but if you level that fairy to 10 or 8 or 10, and you go to a certain room and sit down and wait a bit, she will sing a lullaby and put Alucard to sleep.
It is the second fairy that you get, which is not in the PS1 version, but was introduced in Saturn.
Yeah, and it's a very cute animation, like, to do just once.
And they referenced it again in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yep, and they also... Yep, and in the funny thing, when I showed my friend...
Master Librarian. There's no music during this cutscene. The music kicks in after the cutscene's over, and there's also a load screen before entering this area.
Ah, that's sad. The music's so good.
Young master, I cannot aid one who opposes the master.
You will not go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
I am interested in this.
Also, the instrumentation's slightly different in the Saturn version. It's more full.
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah, it's got like some additional sitars and stuff in it.
A request for a redeem. You need to have Al say I'm interested in this.
I do have I'm interested in this as a specific alert. I just haven't set up. I don't have anything that would trigger that alert, and that is for, like, in the future I plan on eventually making merch, like t-shirts and stuff, and whenever someone would buy that merch, it would play Alucard saying I'm interested in this.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna lie to you, out of all the characters in this game, the Master Librarian is one of my best.
The Master Librarian, he's basically an illegal arms dealer who's loyal only to whoever pays him.
Also, to the people who haven't played it, if you look closely on his desk, you can actually see what the item sprite looks like as you scroll through the item list.
Now that you pointed that out, I had never noticed that before.
Yeah, and the duplicator that's in the game, it actually shows the actual machine with an infinity symbol on the top.
Okay.
Also, eventually we will have to get the Joseph's Cloak just for the main reason that we can make the cape any color we want, and that in turn turns the bat into any color we want.
Yep, because the bat's color is affected by what color cloak you're wearing.
Yep. It is time for a pink bat. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
It's time for the Pepto-Bismol bat.
You know what? I know I've got rapier, but I always buy the saber one. I'm here.
Yeah. Usually when I buy...
depending on how much gold I've been able to farm by the time I first come here, I always get either the saber or the Damascus sword.
I have a question. How much gold do you have right now?
After buying the saber, 1352.
If you get a chance, I would buy the iron shield.
I do not have enough for the iron shield. It's 3,980.
Okay, I would get that before going to, or like when you get the shield rod, because using the crash with that, kills bosses super quickly. Mainly, giant enemies.
Torn between getting the velvet hat and the leather hat, because I'm not really one that worries about specific character stats other than attack and defense, because I don't play much with...
Well, I would just get the velvet hat because it sounds better.
It's cheaper, it's a 1-point difference. It's a 1-point difference in defense, and it also gives me an intelligence boost, which I believe you said also affects sub-weapons.
Intelligence can affect sub-weapons. If not, then it affects what familiars do as well as spells.
Okay.
So if you have like your sword familiar fighting with you in the background, the higher your intelligence score is, the more damage your familiar is gonna do.
Loading screen. It's so
Also,
jarring.
fun fact-
The new loading screens are so jarring because they're not like the loading screens that were in the PS1 version. They're just a black screen that says now loading in the bottom right corner in white text.
Yeah. Also, fun fact for the people watching. You can actually unlock all your spells early if you have enough MP.
Yep.
If you know the button command inputs, you could actually get all your spells right away. The only one I think that you can't possibly get is the one tied to the sword familiar, because you have to level him to 50 in order to unlock the spell and actually equip him as an actual weapon. And the spell, I think, is called,
I'm like,
Sword
that's
Brothers.
too much work. I'm just gonna Crisagrim everything.
Oh no, it's not even work at all. Once you have Toxic Mist or Crisagrims, just farm.
But why would I do that when Crisagrim is already best?
The only reason why I would say this is, one, the blade goes into the background, and anything in the background, it will automatically kill. Also, the blade changes shape the further you level it. And the Guardian enemies, I think they're called, in the reverse castle, level your familiar up at least by 5 or 6 levels with each kill, I think. Like, they are massive EXP. Like, you can level up so fast with those. Like, I think in under 45 or 50 minutes, you could easily get the sword familiar to, like, almost 80. Through just killing Guardians. And Guardians drop one of the best armors in the game, which is the God's Garb, which increases strength and intelligence and defense greatly.
Completely unrelated to the topic at hand.
Go ahead.
Project Melody just the other day debuted a new model, and I am not okay for it.
What did she debut?
Goth Melody.
Oh no.
I'm interested in this.
Like, I found out about it from a clip channel that I occasionally watch stuff from, posting, like, an image of it from her debut, and it said, Goth Melody isn't real, she can't hurt you. And one of the top comments on that post was, Goth Melody is real, and I want her to hurt me.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, not okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm already not okay for goth fashion in general.
I mean, goth fashion is really pretty and really elegant looking if done correctly.
Like, it kind of confused me at first that, like, she went with, like, the standard, like, you know, front seat at the My Chemical Romance concert, like alt girl look for her goth outfit, where I saw her more cyber goth, if she were to have a goth look. You know, less previous example I gave, and more to put in specific terminology. Knows it brings her own glow sticks to the rave and knows exactly what her limit on ecstasy is.
Oh God. I have a question, Maxine.
Yes.
Since we got the Jewel of Open, are you heading to Underground Waterway or the Chapel first?
I'm heading to the chapel first.
Okay, I'm just checking which one.
First, I'm gonna save so I can also get a health recovery.
Yeah, save. You don't want to get destroyed, especially since Chapel has a spot that can get you killed easily, and Underground Waterway, if you don't have, you're screwed.
We'll say the button layout of the Saturn controller makes it a bit more sensible to remember what the buttons you press to go through your forms are, because it's like, it's Z for wolf, Y for mist, and X for bad.
Well, yeah, because 3 forms, and it's more easier to do than just with the PlayStation, where it's like you got one for the left, one for the right, and then both for the other.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We can also go to the underground prison. Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Rick,
no.
Ricking, speaking of oh no, Ricking just found out his animatic video that we watched on stream a couple weeks ago got freebooted on a Chinese website. So he said he doesn't know how to feel about that. Rebooting, if you don't know that terminology, it means like someone just downloads your video and uploads it to like either their channel or to a different video sharing site without crediting the original creator.
That's ridiculous.
I've had that happen to me where someone took a shitpost edit that I made and uploaded it to their channel and got more views. In his case, they're uploading it to, it's probably Bilibili, which is like the big Chinese video sharing website.
Yeah.
They can report that, can't they?
He's not angry. He said he's not angry. Okay. He doesn't really care.
I mean, fair. Okay. Oh, did you break, sorry if I'm asking, did you get the breakable wall to the left and on the floor in the one room, or?
Yes, I did.
Did you? Okay, I'm just making sure. Because I know you're probably going for, like, best ending, so I'm just trying to help as much as I can.
Why would I not? It has the best pairing of any semi-official couple in Castlevania. They met, met over the course of one night, and they knew it was destined to be forever. Or at least one of them did, the other one just ran off.
Oh God. Does that mean... Wait, does that mean Alucard's my uncle?
Not necessarily, because it's not confirmed that they ever shacked up. But, like, if we're going off of how their dynamic is portrayed in... Like, their domestic dynamic is portrayed in Nocturne of Recollection, I would say that makes Maria the Amy Rose in this scenario. Yeah,
that checks. That checks.
And I just got the Miraquiris and the Jewel Knuckle.
Congratulations, you got a weapon that'll easily get you a few levels by killing a spike ball, and you got an armor that'll in the clock tower.
Yeah. I have to thank you for telling me about that one, because I never would have discovered it on my own.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. People said it's cheap. I say it's fair game.
It's not cheap if the game intends for you to do it.
Look, the fact of the reason is Medusa heads are a pain in the ass, and it's only fair you have something to combat against them. And you're welcome. This is what I get for playing Symphony of the Night over millions of times, knowing the game inside and out.
Damn, look at these axe physics, says Ricking.
Yeah. Again, the game has a lot of good sprite work. Even the weapons look nice.
Yeah. Wish I could see some additional physics on a couple characters in the game. One of them being Maria, the other being the succubus.
Oh god, the succubus, yeah.
It also
Which, by the
protects
way-
me from this damn stone rose turning me into stone.
Exactly.
But yeah, I wish I
Also
could see some beautiful sprite work physics on Maria and the succubus.
You know, if we did actually get, we were gonna get a 3D rendition of Symphony, right? If that came to be, we would have had that, you know.
Yeah,
this,
and
right?
also the Diplocephalus. You know, the more humanoid half of it. You know,
the Diplocephalus had cake. It was shown.
Yeah, it has
in
cake
4K.
very prominently on display.
Yeah.
Especially
Again,
as it
like,
dies.
Like, I will say this, and this may sound odd of me, but this game was not shy of showing what it needed to show.
Okay, so
I mean,
the
if you look at
Diplocephalus does have boob physics in certain animations.
Yeah, but no,
Of all the creatures to give it to, the Diplocephalus.
I think, like, in the stream before, like, for one of the Lords of Shadow streams,
Yeah.
again, Ayumi Kojima, who did the for this game and Chronicles, look at their work. Their work is amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
look up her concept art and key art for the Castlevania games she worked on, as well as Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. She has a very distinct gothic watercolor art style that looks beautiful. It would be a dream come true if I could somehow commission a piece of my VTuber persona done by her.
me too, because
Like, not even to show
honestly,
off
when
on
I
stream,
saw-
but to hang up as a proud display
Like-
piece.
like, same with me, because I always wanted to get my Belm character done in her style, and it's just like the way she does it. It's just, what do you say to that? It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's like how another Konami adjacent artist that I would love to get a piece done by is Yoji Shinkawa, the key artist for most of the Metal Gear Solid games.
Yeah.
Dude does some impressive mech designs.
Look, overall, Konami does a lot of good artwork, and I will say that openly. Like, the artwork from a lot of their games looks very, very good.
Also, a fun thing to look up for Ayami Kojima's art is look up the uncropped version of her key art for the succubus from Symphony of the Night. You'll thank me later.
Yeah, the uncensored one, because it is very good on what she does with the brush strokes.
Yeah, and it has just tits out booba nipples all
straight
on
up.
display.
Yeah, like, straight up uncensored. It is uncensored straight up.
Did she need to draw all that for
actually,
key art for a teen-rated game? No, but I appreciate she went the extra mile.
Look, Castlevania Chronicles, I know, has a gallery which shows you not only art from Chronicles,
yes, but in Chronicles, it's cropped right above the bus
yeah,
line.
it's cropped in Chronicles. Like, you're gonna have to look on Google or something to look up
Yeah.
the actual uncensored art. But
Yeah.
regardless of that, Ayami Kojima is also, like, one of the main reasons I got into drawing, because I loved their style. Their style is amazing, and again, I can't sing praise enough. May it be the music or the art design, like, Castlevania is literal art. Like, you take the time to actually look at it, not just play the game, but actually look at the art and listen to the music. You can understand and see why, this game holds up today. By far, it holds up today. Like,
And to think
I know
all
I'm
of
like-
all of this beauty for Symphony of the Night as a work of art started with a canceled game for the Sega 32X.
yeah, exactly. Like, I know I keep repeating myself with a lot of it, but it's just hard not to. I mean, like, again, this game, despite the NES games, this game is one of the ones I played the most. And again, a lot of people were introduced to Castlevania as a game through this game. If you haven't grown up in the NES and SNES era.
Yep. So it was for me. Although
Yeah,
it was through,
I mean, for me,
as I
was,
stated before, it was through the HD version on Xbox 360.
Yes,
Which that actually holds a piece of significant history for the Xbox Live Marketplace, which was that they increased the file size limit for Xbox Live Arcade games specifically to accommodate Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, they did, and I know you could still buy Symphony of the Night on Xbox One. Like, you can still buy it.
It's backwards
It's still
compatible.
there.
It's still listed. It's the only way to play the PS1 version on modern hardware, given that it's not on Steam, and
Yeah.
the only version on modern PlayStation consoles is the Requiem version, which is based on the PSP release.
I'm just sad that we didn't get the Dracula X Chronicles version sprite work for that game. Instead, we got the original with English dub voices. Dracula
I mean, the
X
sprite work
for,
is mostly
PC.
the same between the two versions.
Well, not necessarily, because Richter's outfit is different, and a lot
No,
of
that's
the
the
works
Saturn
are...
version where it's different.
No, I'm talking about Dracula X Chronicles.
Oh, I thought you were
Regular
talking about Symphony of the Night as presented in Dracula X Chronicles.
No, I'm saying for the Requiem game, for Dracula X Chronicles, we could have gotten the PSP version. I know why we didn't, but I wish we
Welcome
had that
to the
version
cursed
of the
prison.
game. Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah, this one has the hardest boss in the entire normal castle.
It's also the place where you can just power level stupid easy.
Well, it doesn't help the fact that a lot of the enemies here are practically end game level.
And you can just kill them by spamming sub-weapons. Specifically the book, which it gives you right at the entrance.
Yep, holy water also does a number on them. God, like you want a power level in the Saturn version, this is the place to do it. Just be very careful.
Yeah, because these enemies do hit like a truck for this early in the game.
I think it's like 2 or 3 hits and you're practically just done for.
Yeah.
Like, not even 2 hits. Also, the music for this area.
Yeah, this is a new area exclusive to the Saturn version that has never been in any re-release. I'm going to be exploring more of it later, because I can't progress through it right now, not just due to, you know, enemies being endgame level, but also because I need some more abilities. But yeah, just from being in there for, like, what, about a minute and a half, I'm now level 19.
I will say, I will say this, though, in the PlayStation version, if you do a certain trick, you can go underneath the drawbridge at the castle entrance, and you can find the door to the prison, but
yeah,
you
it just
can't
doesn't
enter
lead,
it.
yeah, it doesn't lead anywhere because the level assets for it don't exist. Anyway, I just killed Cthulhu. How's your day been?
I don't know. Cthulhu was being a basic ass bitch. I can't really tell you much on that one.
He was being a
shouldn't have
bab.
left the hole. He wasn't.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have left the hole.
Came out of the hole. He shouldn't have come out of the hole.
Cthulhu was oohing where he needed to ooh. I mean, what do you want?
He was oohing when he needed to oh.
Pretty much.
There's a thin line between ooh and oh. Just like there's technically no difference in wording, but there is a difference in meaning between "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned" and "Sorry, Daddy, I've been bad."
Oh no! Look, okay, look. Lulu already did that trick to me, and I'm just like, don't you play that? Don't play that with me. And she's like, I'm going to, and you're not gonna stop me. I'm like, God damn it! Oh my God! Every time someone says that Daddy won, I get thrown guard. I'm just like, okay, no, stop it. I'm not a priest. I'm a vampire hunter.
So you're saying that you would call a priest daddy then?
No, what the hell? Look, my family's not.
Your objection wasn't to being called daddy. It was to being mistaken for a priest.
Just because us Belmonts have powers that are close to gods doesn't mean we are.
Yeah, which, given that your objection is to being mistaken for a priest by being called daddy, that implies that you, and by extension the Belmont lineage, refer to priests as daddy instead of father.
Oh my fucking God. Richter, Simon, help me.
You weren't prepared for the psychic damage you were going to endure tonight.
No, but I did come prepared.
You
for
never are.
Like this happen.
You are never prepared for the psychic damage.
I'm just gonna take a drink and just pretend this was all a bad dream.
You know, sometimes bad dreams turn into other types of dreams. Just depends on what side of your body you're sleeping on.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere with that, Ari, and I'm just like, okay, good, you didn't go.
No, I am going there. If you want to more consistently have naughty dreams, try sleeping on your stomach.
That's actually that is actually scientifically correct.
It's more effective in assigned female at birth people because it presses on the womb and therefore triggers that whole sensation, but it can work for assigned male at birth people like myself too.
Yeah, I don't do that stuff.
Well, look at you being all holier than thou.
I never knew it existed.
You're saying that you're a good boy then, unsullied.
Miles, you get used to it. You get used to it.
You set yourself up for the playful ribbing. Let's be honest. Ribbed for her pleasure, you could say.
You don't see me making a fuss about it today.
Oh, so you're into it then? Gotcha.
No, I'm just having a good day because of my Charizard. No, I'm just having a good day because of my Charizard. Okay, so I'm just letting anything bother me like
enjoy. Look, I'm happy that my that the Gardevoir is on a plane right now. Hopefully first class. So she should be here Tuesday. I'm actually happy about it. Oh my God.
Hey Maria, how the hell did you get past this magically sealed door?
Hi, Auntie.
相変わらず不愛想ね。それにしても変だと思わない？以前と建物の構造が違っているのよ。
ドラキュラ城は混沌の産物だ。
No, Auntie, Maxine is not behaving herself.
When am I?
前の知識は役に立たないわけか。
Yes, I know. She's got some twisted ideas and she knows how to manipulate. I don't know. Bye, Auntie.
You know what they say, I'm a cunning linguist.
In what regard?
Twisting people's words against them.
I mean, Ari's got a point.
Fair. I really got nothing to counter that. I have literally been I've been outplayed. Like I'm not gonna try. Anyway, welcome to the Royal Chapel, I think it's called.
Yes, the Royal Chapel.
Also, one of the true difficulty spikes in the game.
Yeah. I always go here first, though.
I do too, mainly because the Jewel Knuckle spike ball strat.
Which I've never tried.
Actually, we could try that right now. It's
Yeah,
very
we can
simple.
try it right here because the spike ball is right up here.
Yeah, all you do really is equip the Jewel Knuckle. You get a little bit close, duck down, and then punch diagonally downward, and it'll multi-hit the ball, and you can actually kill it getting a few levels.
What's this? What did they have Paldean clocks or what?
What?
I found random Pokemon cards on my desk, and I have a Paldean Clodsire, a random Alcremie,
I need to get
a random Dunsparce,
Yeah, I died before getting around the spike ball was the problem.
and then a Cinderace.
Yeah, if you're gonna do the trick, I would kill the skeleton, jump over the spike ball, and then
I
just
couldn't
continue up
jump over the
stairs
spike
and
ball
come
is the
back in.
problem. I kept colliding with the spike ball, which takes off 52 points of damage.
Yeah.
Ari, guess what I just found?
Thing.
An Umbreon card for you.
Thank you.
You found
It's
a
a Pokeball Umbreon, so it's kind of got like a texture. It's a reverse hollow almost.
Okay. You say
So
that
it's
like
really
I know
cool.
what any of this means.
So
It's cosmetic.
it's a cosmetic thing. It's the hollows for the new cards are like a texture. So this thing just looks like it has like almost like a stained glass prismy type look to it.
Okay.
So I'll send it to you when I send you the Transformers this weekend. When I mail it out, I had to take it by this box shop to get it weighed and measured,
Okay.
and then pirate
Okay.
ship it.
But yeah, I would just like kill the skeleton head, jump over spike ball, and then just reload the screen once you get to the top to do the trick.
Oh, so you want me to kill the skeleton head, which will cause the spike ball to go downward?
What
I was trying.
basically what you're trying to do is get around it to where you can get into the next room.
Oh, okay,
And
I
then-
see. So basically, just trigger it to respawn.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So that way you're on the side where the spike ball is, and then you can actually punch it without getting murdered.
Okay, yeah, I got you now. I thought you meant like I have to jump over the spike ball, which I was like, is that possible?
No,
don't
it
jump
is
high
not.
up- high
Unless
enough
you
without the double jump.
Unless you have double jump, no. Not happening.
There was my horrible mistake
Let
number
me-
one.
Let me just put it into terms of D&D. If you did a acrobatics check to do this shit, I'm telling you, you're either rolling a natural 20, because if you roll a 19, you're dead. Basically, that's what that situation is.
Is it possible to even destroy that spike ball thing?
Yes, that's where you
It
get
is.
that's where you get the level up from.
Yeah, you just keep punching it. And the thing is, the spike ball, the way it's programmed, it takes
that.
multiple hits like you're using a Chrysogrim. Yeah, and you just keep doing that over and over again, and you get I think like 500 experience for it per kill. So it's a good way to level up if you're behind on levels for this area.
Which I'm not, thanks to the prison, but still.
Thanks to the underground prison, but I'm just saying if you're playing the PlayStation version, that is a good way to do some level ups real quick.
Found you to play someday what chats? I don't know what that is. Oh,
What is it?
Watch cats? I don't know what that is. I do know
Watch
in the
cats?
future. I don't know what game you are talking about, Rick King. But in terms of like, yeah, there's a level up. Also an iron ball.
Oh no!
I am
think you got
looking
the
forward
Spectre
to
sword
doing
coming
a
up.
community night. Swap cats. Okay. Don't know what that is, but I'll look into it.
Look, at least it's not the samurai pizza cats.
SWAT Cats. Oh, the SWAT Cats game. The one that's infamously bad. Maybe. I never grew up watching SWAT Cats, so I wouldn't really get much out of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the specters. I have a question. What is your MP at? Since you're level 19.
Well, I'm level 20 now.
20, yeah.
104?
You may be able to do Soul Steal if you know the input command to take care of the Spectral Sword very quickly.
I just got the Night Shield.
Oh, you're already behind it then. Never mind then. You don't even have to really fuck with it.
Yeah. I don't want to fuck with it anyway. I'm not sticking that sword anywhere in me.
I can't wait to... I can't wait
you do you. Okay? I'm not gonna judge you for what you put inside your body. I'm not sticking that sword anywhere in me.
Maxine, what kind of Belmont do you think I am?
A not very wise one if you continue to associate with me.
Unfortunately, I've already lost multiple brain cells being married to my wife and talking to
you haven't lost
dragon
any brain cells. You've probably racked up a bunch without redeeming any of them.
Look, okay, not my wife, but I'm dealing with a dragon that breaks the fourth wall and literally just goes after fish constantly and just does whatever it wants. Oh, this part.
Speaking of thank you, sorry, Daddy, I've been naughty.
Oh no. So there are 3 Easter eggs you can do in this room. One on the priest side of the chair, and then there's 2 on the confessional side.
Yeah, I'm on the priest side right now.
And you can easily tell what you're going to get depending on the color of the eyes of the ghost.
Priest talks.
Oh, I did not know this part, that he talked in this one. Okay.
He left behind some wine. I failed to pick up.
Oh. All right. Thanks for the alcohol, dude.
I failed to pick it up.
Use.
Yeah, this is a bad priest. Yep, I can tell because he's got purple skin.
Yeah.
And a black
Basically,
robe.
Yeah, if he does it, you just backdash as soon as he... Yeah, you basically
you just see him approaching and you just walk away. You're not gonna leave me anything? Fuck you!
Come here, my child. Have a seat in this chair. There's no obvious weapons over here. Yeah, I don't trust that. Fuck you.
I confess my sins to you, and all I get is a God be with you. Well, fuck you too. Not worthy of being called daddy.
Oh my god. Also, can we just discuss the fact that that my aunt knows how to go through a room full of spikes without the spike breaker mail?
Yeah, she keeps getting into areas that she should not be able to get into due to either lacking the required items or, bosses being in front of there that she did not defeat.
She is clipping through the game. She is literally doing speedrun strats.
She's using the magic known as Game Shark.
Yes. The shark of game.
Did you know that they tried to bring back Game Shark in recent years, and it basically ended up being a bunch of, heck bro gobbledygook that never materialized, like most heck bro gobbledygook?
Yeah.
They said it was going to be They said it was going to be, instead of, cheat devices, it was going to be an AI-powered game-playing program to make you better at your games through AI somehow.
So it's basically a cheat software, okay?
They didn't specify how, but they said it was going to be compatible with the Nintendo Switch.
Oh god. But no, Game Shark on this game is actually pretty funny because you can actually do a lot of crazy shit.
I do a lot of crazy shit with Game Shark usually, but that's what makes Game Shark and, by extension, Action Replay so fun.
You ever seen a Blastoise with his head backwards in Pokemon Stadium?
No, because I've never played Pokemon Stadium.
Good, you don't want to see that.
Have you ever seen getting to one of the final areas of Ocarina of Time within an hour of starting the game wearing a black cloak and the game crashes and makes an noise until you turn off the GameCube? Because that's what happened to me.
Yeah, there's also a speedrun trick where you're young Link and in the Great Deku Tree, after beating Goma, if you leave the certain way, you spawn into Ganon's castle when it's being destroyed.
I never progressed very far in Wind Waker as a kid, partly because I didn't own it, I only rented it. And I thought, like, I was doing something wrong, and it turns out, no, I just loaded incompatible Game Shark cheats to bullshit my way past the prison island, where, like, you know, you go all stealth mode and have to get your sword back.
Yeah.
I used a Action Replay cheat that lets me keep my sword, so I could just fight the enemies to get through there. And then when I got to the King of Red Lions, it just softlocked me and wouldn't let me move.
Oh God! Look, you guys can all laugh at me. I'm gonna be that one guy that says because I'm afraid of the giant objects in the middle of the ocean with the whirlpool. Every time those things showed up, I panicked.
I mean, if you want to talk about things from video games that traumatized you as a kid, there's only one thing that has traumatized me as a child from an old video game. It's the bad ending cutscene to Lego Island when you fail to stop the Brickster. I was like 5 years old. This was the first computer game I ever played. I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't read the manual and I could barely read at the time. And I was just bullshitting my way around the island. I let this guy out of jail because I was told to do a pizza delivery to the jail, and he uses the pizza to get out of jail, and then he steals the island's power source that also holds all of reality together, and I have to chase after him in a series of vehicles and take him down, and I fail to stop him on the second phase, and it plays this cutscene of, like, downbeat, depressing, also kind of jazzy music while the island is in ruins and there's like thunderstorms and fire everywhere and the Brickster's in the center of the island with like lightning framing him saying, "It's mine, all mine!" And like you hear the sounds of like people crying as they walk by looking at the ruins of what used to be their home. I'm like, this is a game for 5-year-olds. Why is it traumatizing me like this?
Yay for childhood PTSD! Yay!
Alright, time to fight the hippogriff.
Alright,
looks more like a parrot.
Well, right. It's a parrot-type hippogriff.
I will say this, the purified salt sub-weapon is the best weapon to use against this thing because of the multi-hit when he has to stand still.
Good thing I got the Holy Book instead.
Well, the Holy Book also works well because you can actually chip damage.
Hippogriff's just in general not that hard of a boss fight. It's not a very aggressive boss.
It's not. I'm just spewing, look, the speedrunner in me is, like, spewing a lot of, like, ways to bullshit bosses, so forgive me.
We defeat him with the one thing that is a weakness.
The Bible.
The Bible. This is the Bible. You question the words of the mighty Jimmy?
Oh, God. Hey, Miles.
What?
Well, we'll give you this hippogriff as a pet. You can keep him. He's not going to be around for long, but you can keep him.
I don't
He does lay eggs.
Charizard.
Oh, he's dead.
There needs to be a sprite work of a Charizard and have it be a little bit stronger and replace this creature with it.
Oh, look, Mommy's back.
Hi, Auntie. I love the fact that the NES Castlevania 3 sprite.
Yeah,
I
right
love
here.
that.
知ってるわよね
You know the name Richter Belmont, and then NES Trevor Belmont shows up.
I know of the NES Belmonts. What about
I know of a Belmont with about 24 less bits, yes.
いいだろ
Pretty much, yes.
ありがとうハンが優しいのねそれじゃよろしく
So you know how to be a gentleman. Bitch, please, you're gonna ask me to dinner first?
Just don't let her cook. From what Alucard and his
Yeah,
demon familiar
I'll
have
give her-
said in Nocturne of Recollection, you don't let her cook for you on a dinner date.
Yeah, she cooked for me one time, and I had food poisoning for at least a good couple of days.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as another absolute mommy figure from a recent game, Alexandrina Sebastian from Zenless Zone Zero.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard
Noelle
stories.
Vermilion from Blaze Blue, where food is so bad that they censor what it looks like.
Good lord.
And only 2 people can stomach eating her food without dying.
How the fuck do you set fire to a salad when you're making a salad?
Very
How the
carefully. I set fire to butter once.
I mean, that checks. Then again, I think she set fire to the salad because she used Suzaku's flames to cook it. Why would you let a phoenix cook a salad? I don't know. Why would you cook a salad in general?
I mean, ask for it. He keeps going off to bake a salad before streams.
I mean, to be fair, he also went into a volcano with a cannon spear, and that wasn't actually wise, now was it?
He also had a wand that shoots bees.
The bee
This
one.
was true. Then again, when you open up with the words, "Hi, I'm Ferd, and welcome to Jackass," yeah, you're gonna be worried.
Also, Furret
Also,
has
welcome to
has a new sprite that he'll be using for D&D streams. That's a more like Dungeons and Dragons outfitted Furret.
Oh.
And he has a new name for himself for this outfit for Furret in Dungeons and Dragons streams. Like, you know how his Halloween sprite is Spooky Furret?
Yeah.
And his usual one is Nerd E Furret. This one is Fanta C Furret.
Makes sense. Also, guys, welcome to the end of the game. We already reached this point in just little hours of gameplay.
Red Dragon Sage says Leon Belmont is best. Belmont changed my mind.
I agree. Most tragic of the Belmonts, but yes, I will admit, him and Simon are the top 2 best. I'm sorry, Dad. I have to break this to you. But you let yourself get controlled way too easily against...
Not even by
Dark
Dracula,
Priest.
by Shaft.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Us Belmonts, in terms of our mental fortitude, are immune to mind control. This guy, my father, literally was like, oh yeah, I'll do whatever you say.
He rolled the same thing that my
He rolled
D&D
a nat
character...
1.
No, I was going to...
Nat 1.
I was going to say, like, he's like my character Varen from the Castlevania D&D streams, where he has an inherent disadvantage, a -1 to checks for to knowledge checks.
You literally frat boy chugged a tall side of their strongest ale. I was like, are you sure about that? Okay.
Red Dragon Sage says all caps, Simon over Richter or Trevor?
Yes, Simon, because again, the man died protecting the land he cared about.
I
He was also one of the
suppose
best
you're looking at it
best
more
Belmonts.
narratively rather than in terms of beats.
In narratively, yes. In feats, he actually beat Dracula 3 times. First time was in Haunted Castle when he got married and his wife got stolen. Second time, Dracula killed his wife on the eve of Easter, and he went after him. And then the third time, he killed Dracula by reviving him just so he could break the curse.
And
Although
he still
died
died.
doing so. Look, the man died a hero. Please give him that at least.
I mean, he died better than that one flea man, Larry.
Yeah, he was 2 weeks away from retirement, and he tried to stab.
That was the problem. He was 2
Megatronus.
weeks away from retirement.
Yeah, and he was trying to
He
kill,
should have just retired on the
Megatronus.
spot instead of putting his 2 weeks in.
He was trying to kill Megatronus and Wandering Jack with a dagger cell weapon. He rolled a 1 and stabbed himself, offing himself in the process, okay? Leave the man be. He died doing his damn best. Unfortunately, his best was him getting a dagger to the skull.
His
I'm
own
excited
dagger to the skull, I
this
should
Friday.
say.
I'm excited for this Friday and Saturday coming up now, talking about it. I'm getting very hyped for it.
Also, Red Dragon Sage counters your claim of Simon died a hero with all the Belmonts died heroes.
They actually, yes, they did all die heroes. They look,
except for
some of them
Victor, because he
died.
was canceled.
Okay, look, Victor was a drunk deadbeat that did not want to take up the whip and do his family's duty. But aside from him, all the Belmonts died doing their work to protect humanity from evil. Even though the church deemed us all heretics and heathens because we used weapons made of alchemy to fight against the very things that they refused to fight against.
Meanwhile, in Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, alchemy is what causes the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the prison.
Welcome back to Cursed Prison. Wait, is this the D&D dungeon? Actually, this would be good music for the dungeon. To be fair with you.
Yeah, it would. I just need to get a rip of this track.
Oh god. I forgot, the deeper you go into this cursed dungeon, the worse the enemies get. Oh god, they don't even scale with you. They will cap out. They don't care. I think actually this is one of the only times you can get an endgame weapon early on. I forgot which weapon, but you can get an
Enemies are already
early.
dealing a lot less damage to me, I will say that. What level am I again?
Well, yeah,
Let me double check. 22.
Yeah, the dungeon usually is recommended for levels 26 upward.
Yeah, I can't get any further because there's this wall blocking the way and there's a switch on the other side to lower it. Oh, thanks for putting a clock there that does nothing against these enemies. I'm sure there's some sort of gimmick to this.
Although we will need the clock to get the Alucard gear.
Yep.
Which equipping all of it makes you weak as hell, but you get plus 50 luck.
And it changes your legal name.
Yeah, it does. Wait a minute. So if it turns you from to Alucard, it would become Dracula.
Yes.
Dracula when he's trying to make a VTuber, but instead he can't get the tracking correctly.
Hate how the show butchered my boy Hector though. The only good thing that came out of that show was Sypha. I do like how they gave Sypha some more character that she wasn't able to have up until now due to lack of future, more fleshed out appearances. We don't talk about Judgment.
Look, here's the thing. I agree Hector should have been better. I'm not gonna lie.
They left out my
did him
boy
dirty.
Grant. Yeah,
Isaac
I
was
noticed a distinct lack of Grant, who really could have helped.
Apparently, Greta was supposed to be the Grant
Greta's
reference
supposed
because of,
to fill in for Grant, but like,
but
it's a bit
no
too
Grant.
it's too late by that point to add a Grant.
I will say this though, I love Trevor in that series just for the sheer fact he's doing his best. Sypha, very spunky, very good, and if you love Sypha, you're gonna love Maria and Nocturne. You're gonna love the hell out of her.
Given that we don't get like a lot of official Castlevania media that shows how the Dracula's Curse group acted as a group, I do like at the very least that it was like, Dad, this is my boyfriend Trevor, and this is Trevor's boyfriend Alucard.
That's basically the dynamic that me, you, and Lulu have. Point.
Yes. Red Dragon Sage says I don't like Nocturne. I haven't watched Nocturne yet because I still haven't finished season 4 of Castlevania.
Nocturne, I will say this: Nocturne season 1 is just like very lore heavy, but I like Nocturne to a point. I mean, I don't like it as much as I do the original season of Castlevania, 3 being the black sheep.
Yeah, 3's definitely the one that feels like, what did this season accomplish besides just putting everyone through the
Yeah, the only cool thing I loved about season 3 was the dual whips. Use of both Morningstar and Vampire Killer. But Nocturne, I will say this. Maria, if you don't like it for the action, at least watch it for Maria. Maria is amazing. I love her spunk.
I will say, Red Dragon Sage, from what I've seen of Castlevania, I do think it reaches its peak in terms of storytelling and emotional impact with, the end of season 2. Because, like, it really... I said this earlier in the stream, but you weren't here for that, so I'm going to restate it for...
Go ahead.
For you. Given that the Netflix series has its origins as, like, a two-part made-for-DVD movie duology that went through development hell and, like, kept on getting picked up and dropped before eventually being picked up as a series for Netflix, it very much feels like its story concludes almost entirely with season 2, with just some dangling plot threads left over for Hector and Isaac, for them to get their own stories to spin off with, but it doesn't do that. But, like, it very much feels like the story of, Trevor Belmonte's group versus Dracula. It feels like it's over, and there's really not much left to do with those characters. But with season 3, it's like, well, we can't just drop the faces of the show, and we were renewed for a 3rd and 4th season. So, like, what the fuck do we do from here?
Yeah, I will admit, the main thing about Castlevania is it's always about, like, what I stated for in the D&D campaign. Battle of good and evil. It's the Belmonts and their allies versus Dracula's forces mainly. That's the whole thing behind it. What Netflix tried to do is use the games as a concept and then execute it in a story form for the anime. And yeah, season 2 was peak. I love season 4 because of death, but it's just like when you go from there, it's either you do like a reference to what the main games did, or you try to make your own thing. And I think that's what they were trying to go for, their own retelling of like Curse of Darkness, Dracula X. And yeah, it was a lot of hit or miss. I will not lie. I mean, I love Nocturne and I do love the original seasons, but I wished season 3 was a little bit better than just like what the hell is happening, and that Nocturne followed a little bit more to Dracula X's plot line, because if you look at Dracula X's game,
yeah, Dracula X Chronicles with how it fleshes out the story with additional dialogue and cutscenes that weren't possible on the TurboGrafx CD. or PC
Yeah.
Engine CD to be more accurate.
Precise, yeah.
Like
But,
like I said, haven't seen Nocturne yet. I'll get to it eventually once I get through more of my backlog.
Season 4.
Season 4.
Yeah.
I also need to catch up on JoJo.
Yeah.
Like I was real late to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but in time enough for the entire series to be on Netflix. And now that Steel Ball Run is coming out.
Yep. I will say this though. I hope season 3 and 4 for Nocturne, which is going to be probably Symphony of the Night. They better do that one very good though. That's the main one.
That's the one that's got the
about.
most writing on it because it's the most famous Castlevania game.
Well, there's a lot to take from it, and the problem is Netflix. The people who are doing the Netflix Castlevania, they're using the games as references, but they are taking their own liberties. Story.
Yeah,
so
that's
matter
what
of finding that balance.
That's what I don't think Adi Shankar is involved with the production of Castlevania anymore, but he was the one who got it kickstarted at Netflix because he's a Nepo baby with connections in Hollywood, which is how he gets any of his very fanficky shows greenlit. See also Devil May Cry. Like his influence is felt more on certain parts of Castlevania, but not as prevalent as we would see with Devil May Cry, where he was more actively involved with its making, to my understanding. Whereas Castlevania was more so he just picked it up for distribution and didn't have a hand in its story.
Yeah, and
he views
Nocturne,
his whole thing as these aren't the canon. While he brags about his versions being the definitive versions because they're the ones that most people outside of video game players are going to see, he also speaks out both sides of his mouth by also calling all of his stuff that he executive produces the bootleg universe.
See, the thing with that is, Castlevania got more popular because of the anime, but that also is what saddens me. It's Castlevania has a lot of games that tell the story as well, and it's a good art form. And I really wish people, they're now looking more into the games now, and there's many ways to do it, but
it helps that those amazing collections are coming out.
Definitely, and with a lot, and some of them actually have the lore book as well as some early concepts.
Hold on, Miles wants to chip.
Yes, Miles, what's up?
Oh, I just said ow.
Oh, I thought you said R.
Oh,
sorry. No, sorry.
Okay. But what I was saying before, because if you look at some of the lore book in the collection, they show some extra weapons in Castlevania 1 that were never meant to be. You were gonna get a sword. There was one that gave you a silver gun, a silver pistol. There was one where you could actually turn into a werewolf with one of the Belmonts and actually scale the castle like that.
Yeah, NES era stuff always has a lot of interesting cut concepts, either due to time constraints or hardware constraints, because they not only had to fit it all on a cartridge without expansion chips, but in Japan they could use expansion chips, but in America that was heavily frowned upon. But they also had to make it fit within the very limited RAM of the NES.
Excuse me. And also back to the anime though a little bit. And then after Symphony of the Night, if it continues, they're going to be going into the Dawn and Aria of Sorrow era, and that's when
that's assuming they go in linear timeline order.
Yeah, because, well, here's the thing. The anime version skipped over Leon's story. They referenced it, but they skipped it.
They also skipped over Simon's story.
They did, yeah. They only referenced Simon through, Juice, which is supposed to be Simon's grandson.
They also skipped over Juice's story. But not that that's a major part of Castlevania 4, but still. That's a whole Belmont they skipped. That's multiple whole Belmonts they skipped.
Well, here's the thing. Juice's story is kind of important because Juice was the first Belmont to actually perfect Belnade's magic mixed with their hunter arts. And that's how Richter got his... And that's how Richter got his like divine powers in the games, because he was able to use like a lot of the sub-weapon crashes without the use of some sub-weapons. And between then and there, the only other story that would probably work if you were going to fill in for Dawn and Arya is their John and Eric's story, which then goes into Jonathan and Charlotte's, or it would have to be Shanoa's, which is Order of Ecclesia. And if I had to say which one they'd probably do, it would probably be John and Eric's, because there's more storyline there than Ecclesia's. Because Ecclesia's is just like, yeah, that her story ends at the end of her game, whereas John and Eric's starts with Bloodlines from the Genesis and then goes into Portrait of Ruin, which is DS. So it's like 1912 all the way to 1942. So World War I,
making sure I get
II,
these gears spun correctly to when they...
Yeah, you're going to need those gears if you're going to want goodies that are hiding behind the grate.
Yeah.
What's going to suck is the reverse castles gears. That's going to be the one that sucks. Also, in that area, I believe if you get 2 of their Heaven Sword drops, you can do their weapon crash. Which the Heaven Sword is basically you're throwing a very long blade like a dagger, and it'll...
Yeah, I have to get out of here.
Also
with
screw
my
Medusa.
library
Also
card.
screw Medusa
That's
heads.
the wrong button. That is the wolf button.
That is the wolf button.
This is the library card button.
Look, the wolf wants to go to the library. What do you want?
No, we gotta take the wolf for a walk.
No dogs in the library.
There's a much
Fuck you,
longer
I'm a
load
wolf.
time when you warp to the library.
Yeah, I would pick up if you can't. Well, how much gold do you have first of all?
4,595.
Ooh, I mean, I would recommend getting the Iron Shield if you want to speed run a boss, but it's up to you. It's your run.
I don't have the shield rod yet, so.
I know. I'm just saying because remember, there's a that has a shit ton of enemies that are gonna screw you up if you don't kill them while getting to the shield rod.
Yeah. Gonna pick up the Iron Shield and another library card.
Wait a minute, don't you have like an aquamarine you can sell?
Yeah. And a zircon, and a turquoise, and an onyx.
He's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just made your fucking money back practically.
More than that.
So, yeah. Also, the tactics button shows you speedrun tricks and ways to kill bosses without
There is no tactics button in the Saturn version. Instead, it's the bestiary.
Oh, just the bestiary then. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the Saturn version just is like, hey, guess what? You want tips and tricks? No, fuck you. Figure this shit out. I believe if you click on the Dracula one,
Oh wait,
though,
yeah.
for the bestiary,
Tactics is just for bosses, basically.
Yeah, the bosses. It basically tells
Yeah, there's
you,
no,
like, tricks
there
on
is
how to
no
be
tactics
bosses.
that I can see because there's not like a menu for it.
No,
Instead,
it
you
just
get like
shows
a.
you how to fight the boss without the use of like super-powered weapons.
No, I mean like it gives you like a profile for each enemy and boss. Tells you their strengths,
Oh,
weaknesses,
then there's-
immunities, what they absorb, what items they drop, how much experience they give.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess there's no boss like demo.
Yeah, I guess not in the Saturn version. That's an interesting difference that I
Okay.
haven't seen documented yet.
Unfortunate. That means no speedrun tricks. Sorry, folks. Wait a minute. Since you sold all that money, no, you wouldn't have enough for the Joseph's Cloak, I don't believe.
Yeah,
'cause the
no,
Joseph's Cloak-
that's 30,000.
I was gonna say the Joseph's Cloak technically is the best cloak in the game.
Yeah, but
No
that's
matter what.
30,000. I don't have near that
Yeah,
much
I
this
know.
early in the game. I only have.
know. I was gonna say, wait a minute. After selling all of that, then I realized, oh, no, you don't. Fuck you.
Yeah, I only have
So
like
no
5.5k.
Yeah, no Pepto-Bismol bat. Sorry, folks.
I can
Not
at
right
least
now.
pick up either the Elven Cloak or the Reverse Cloak.
I would probably get the Elven because it has a little more resistance.
Yeah, it gives you higher defense.
Yeah, you're gonna need it for certain
I
areas.
typically don't even pick up the cloaks from the shop. I just go with the ones that you get through like drops or progression.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I mean, it's
no,
not
I mean
really
I did
hard.
get the Elven Cloak.
No, I'm just saying, like, you could do runs easily without the Joseph's Cloak because the Twilight Cloak is still like better, but it's basically the same thing. It's just you miss out on the chance on making whatever color you want the cloak to be.
Oh
Thus,
shit,
you
a
miss out
Lulu
on
just
dyeing
showed
your
up in
back.
chat. Does that mean that a Lulu's going to be joining us tonight?
We don't know. Lulu does what Lulu does.
Lulu-
She,
The will of Lulu is both. She said nah. Okay. I was going to say
Okay, so no
the will of Lulu
no
is both
Lulus.
predictable and unpredictable at the same time. She is an enigma wrapped in a conundrum.
She is but a simple doggo. She chooses to cause chaos when she sees fit. And then she chooses to yell at me when she's hungry.
Not to be confused with an Edward Nigma, which is the Riddler.
Sorry, I gotta
Hi,
stay
Jim
up for
Carrey.
a bit, guys.
It's okay.
No, you're fine. Hi, also, in words to that, Maxine, hi, Jim Carrey. I know they were going to do a Castlevania movie, but part of me doesn't really want them to.
Not with the draft that they had going for it. It would have been awful.
No, I know the draft.
Yeah, I've
I
told
know the draft.
I'm the one who told you about that draft. It
Yeah,
would have got
and
the
I've-
vampire killer would have been a big sword instead of a whip.
Here's the thing, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say, I gotta say this outright. You can't have Castlevania without the vampire killer whip. That is the main weapon and the main lore piece behind this whole series. Come on.
This game doesn't have the vampire killer unless you play as the Richter.
Well,
mode,
when you
but
play
its
as
main
Richter,
story,
but
when you in its main story you don't have the vampire killer.
yeah, but this is also the story of Alucard because again, the story is the Belmonts versus Dracula, but it's also the story of Alucard because he's the one who also carries the Belmont's legend throughout time and history. That's how Soma knows about Julius's secret, as well as the history behind the Nostradamus prophecy, where Julius Belmont, a mage, which is supposedly supposed
Thank
to be
you
a
for.
Belmonte.
Oh my god, that's a great name. Thank you for the follow, Pimp Dig. I love your
Oh
name.
God, thank you. But no, where Julius, a random Belnates and Genya Arikado, it's obvious.
Not
what
to be
it is.
confused with me. He stole his name from
No.
me.
Yeah, obviously.
That is the lore
but-
now.
Oh God, but no. Basically, what it was is they fought Dracula in the final battle with many others. Julius permanently ended Dracula's cycle of resurrections with Alucard's help, sealing the vampire killer in the castle, thus sealing it in a solar eclipse. It wasn't until Arya, when he got the weapon back and regained his memories about why the castle returned, which you haven't really played Arya, but you know of Arya's.
I played a bit of Arya. Not
Then
very
you
far
know
into
what,
it, but I played like the opening bits of it.
I was gonna say, then you know about Soma's fate in all this. Or
I mean, I know I know of like what he is. So yeah, that's like something I was up on before I played the game.
Oh, okay, yeah. What were you saying, Miles?
So I'm gonna head off to bed. I got work in the morning, so.
Okay.
All right, you has a good night.
Yeah, you guys
have
too. Have
work
fun.
like someone who has a
Thank you.
job and is a productive member of society.
I used to
I
have
know,
a
right?
job, then I lost my eyesight.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, later. But no, but yeah, basically, Soma is inevitably, basically Soma is the reincarnation. Dracula basically became reincarnated as, in terms of death battle, what they say is, an anime boy with the power of friendship. And by friendship, I mean ripping the souls of other monsters to serve him.
A horrible night to have a curse, am I right?
Really?
Sorry. I had to because I got cursed.
I mean, fair enough, but at the same time... Oh, you're fighting Lesser Demon.
Yeah, I'm fighting Lesser Demon and he summoned an ectoplasm.
I mean, if you want to drag the fight out and wait till he summons a Mudman, they summon a Mudman.
I already killed it.
Okay, then good. All right, then you can just straight up murder it because.
Good luck with your interview tomorrow, Lulu.
Yep, definitely good luck. Everybody, please give Lulu your energy. Please give her the energy to get through her
Make
trial.
a spirit bomb out of it.
Yes, because best doggo.
Given how her model looks, is she best doggo or is she breast doggo? And yes, I do expect to be assaulted by Lulu for that.
Oh no, don't worry. Especially with the I think she actually missed the comment towards Vixie when Varen said actually about the what you said about her and Atox.
I don't know. I do not claim to know how the Lulu's mind works and what stuff she has heard and what she hasn't heard. Allie, you little witch, I'll have you know I'm taller than you.
And you have just ironed her wrath. Behold the violence in pure doggo energy. Oh look,
This is the most trouble that the Lesser Demon has ever given me, because he did not want to get out of the sky.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he was trying to stall you.
Yeah.
Also, unfortunately, you do not have mist form, so you will not be able to get what the bat form over there.
Yeah. I can at least grab some stuff, like the Takemitsu, the
Yeah,
Onyx,
you can get, I think you can
and
get
a Frankfurter. Yeah.
Corn dog.
The Frankfurter, yeah.
Real talk, though, a lot of the food you find in Castlevania is actually really tasty.
I was about to say, do you know this from experience? And then I remembered, oh yeah, Belmont.
You forget, I break walls in those castles, and I find perfectly cooked food, which somehow is not expired and or dirty. It is like perfectly cooked, like it came out of the oven.
We explained earlier what the new lore for why the food never expires is. It's 99% salt and or lard.
Which I'm still not going to make the comment or joke about my auntie on that regard, because I know what you're going to do.
What, say that she's got that cake?
I mean, you said it, not me.
Yes, I did. It would be weird if you said it, given that she's your aunt.
Okay, I'm just gonna bring it up. With all the sweets and sugar she ate as a 10 to 12-year-old in that damn castle, it somehow got to all the right places for her. And I'm like, how does this witchcraft and sorcery happen?
Because Japanese developers, that's how. That's how it always... it either goes nowhere, or it goes to all the right places.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Look, we live in a place. There's a castle that constantly changes with every resurrection. We have monsters and creatures that exist in the world that we live in, and somehow I'm questioning the fact of how my auntie is able to keep the figure that she has after eating a 7-tiered layered wedding cake and a bunch of other sweets she finds in the castle walls.
She gets quite a workout from what she does. It
true,
probably offsets the calories, and she has to stay in shape to keep doing that. Probably
also
just
the fact that she's the
lot.
only. Also the fact that she's the only person that can double jump without the use of a relic.
Yeah, she's light as a feather.
Yeah, real talk. In Castlevania, if you're able to double jump, you're already overpowered.
No, you want to know what makes you overpowered in a Castlevania game? That makes her and the Super Castlevania 4 version of Simon Belmont the most powerful characters in lore. Up until we got to Symphony of the Night. Being able to control yourself midair.
Yeah, that's true too.
Being able to steer your jumps instead of like committing to a specific jump arc. That makes them the most. There's another subscription from JKR. I think Twitch might be having a conniption, given that you somehow subscribed twice within the same stream.
Hey, I guess you could say you're getting your just desserts.
Go for some dessert, but all I have are Pop-Tarts.
I mean,
Forgot
fair.
To go grocery shopping today.
I don't get any money until tomorrow and Wednesday, so unfortunately I have to wait. Oh my god. But no, the only thing I can closely do is just either do a really high gravity jump or a backflip. I can't double jump, sadly. I'm not like my auntie. I can't do a double jump.
I would double jump, but Twitch would ban me for showing off too much jiggle physics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
You missed!
Give it a moment. 5-second delay later, you just launched backwards. There it is.
Nah, only the bonk launches me backwards.
Yeah, I don't know who's throwing that stuff. I think it's Lulu.
That was dropping an anvil, and that was JKR.
Thanks, JKR. I mean, I don't know if that was for you or for me, but I still.
I don't see a horse anywhere, but you know, a horse would be welcome in this setting. The question, though, is how would it get up the stairs and across the
there
platforming?
Is a horse in...
across the platforming, and you know, would it fit in this elevator? Yeah,
the elevator, no, but I know in all quarters, there is a Valhalla horse.
There's half
an undead crusader.
There's half a horse.
But it's a horse nonetheless, which means they played Umumusame. Oh god, I don't want to think about that creature in Umumusame now. I think I kind of cursed myself.
Oh boy, here comes the squish very slowly.
Oh brother.
Not the sexy kind of squish.
Just a squish.
Getting squished by the hydraulic press.
When did you get a hydraulic press?
I've had this for a few months now.
Must have missed it.
It's okay, I got better.
I mean, as we usually do in this world, I mean, given the fact that it's full of death traps.
I love the unsquish effect as part of this node graph that I have set up, where like basically the model spazzes the fuck out as it unsquishes itself.
I still find it funny how you and Fur got D&D models, because I wanted to assume it was because of the D&D campaign, but D&D in
I
general.
pressed the wrong button and now I just wasted a library card.
Hey, we get to see our best friend the librarian again. Real talk though, when we get the gravity boots, we definitely need to come back here.
Yes. For reasons.
Because if you can get 3 items from him. One is the Dracula's tunic.
Thanks for the head pat, Ricking.
How about you hold my hand and we can do other weird things, but I need my head pats on each hand.
Fucking hell, I'll pat your damn head now. Stop joking me!
If I can figure out how to apply like the a similar node graph effect that makes like the head squish in and out while I get head patted. 1 hour, Ari. I mean, it's been almost 3 hours. What do you mean 1 hour?
Who says that?
Ricking says 1 hour. I don't know what you mean by 1 hour.
What's gonna happen in 1 hour? What are you going to do?
I want to know what you mean by 1 hour. You put teary face. What did I do to sadden you, Ricking?
Oh no.
The time for head pats?
It is okay.
I'm pretty sure I put it in
is...
for 1 minute. Unless something fucky also happened with that, in which case I will fix that later.
I think it's the cooldown. I think it's the cooldown.
I meant to put the cooldown for 1 minute. If it came up as 1 hour, then I have no idea how that happened.
You nerfed Ricking to the point where they're like, oh, it's not a minor nerf. It's to the point where they're like, they are F tier now on the roster. Why you do this?
If it is for 1 hour,
okay.
then that's a problem that of something fucky that happened with Twitch, because I only set it for 1 minute.
Yeah. It's okay, Ricking. There are donuts and probably some like coffee.
I need more head pats on each hand. How about you hold my hand and we can do other weird things, but I need
That one was from JKR, so it might have registered as like 1 hour per user. Which is weird, but like I'll look into it.
There are probably time rip shenanigans going on. I don't know.
Something to do with either Saint Germain or Aeon.
God damn it, Aeon! Why? I blame Aeon probably. He's the one who's
or the Time Reaper.
Time travel.
Which means by extension it's Galamoth's fault.
Listen, if Time Reaper was around, I pretty felt the effects of this.
Well, you know what they say, space is warped and time is bendable.
I feel like there was an innuendo in there somewhere, and I'm not sure.
Nah, it's just a quote from MST3K. I haven't seen it in context, but I've seen it used in a lot of reviews from both Linkara and the Smeghead.
Fair.
Yeah, it says out of stock. Hey, Ari, what? Over there. I can't see where you're trying to get me to look, because I cannot see you. And even if you were to join the call, I would not be able to see where you are pointing, because you are a PNG of a bomb without arms, nor legs, nor hands. I imagine I finally give you I commission a body for your model. And it's like an inverse Rayman. You don't have a torso, but you have floating arms and legs.
Actually, I see where he's pointing. Yes, I noticed the witch flying around the small cat creatures over by the staircase over there, JKR. Thank you for pointing that out.
Look, just stay away from it. Stay away from that witch if you know what's good for you. Do not believe her when she says she's gonna make you drown in the pussy. She means it literally. And not in the sexy way.
Honestly, I've pet some of the cats over there before, and they were actually really nice.
Ah, so she let you rub her pussy then.
Yes, it was a very fluffy black cat with a blue bow tie on around their neck.
Right, I think I'm gonna wrap up. I think I'm gonna wrap up.
I was gonna say that
Ian,
long ass. Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna wrap up after saving again, just because we've been going for about 3 hours, and like I said, I am drowsy today because of medication shenanigans.
Also, I was gonna say every time that loading screen goes super silent, I think the stream died, and then I'm just like, oh god.
Nah, that's just how it do. That is how the Saturnvania do.
We definitely need to do more of this because...
Yes, it's an interesting look at a game we're both familiar with, but in a way we're not familiar with it.
Yeah, I mean, fair. We should end it off with at least the doggo form.
You know what? I'll switch back to the game scene just because I haven't really shown off the wolf form this stream for the people that aren't familiar with the wolf form.
We are going to have the best form show up.
There's a dedicated Bork button.
Yes. It is the best. It is the best button. Behold, Lulu, it is borking. Do you bork back?
Apparently JKR soups it up with Apparently JKR soups it up with Grace Cock soup.
Why do you want to graze it up with Grace Cock soup on the wolf? What the heck's wrong with you? I mean, I think I think the dog wants soup, but what?
Is the dog at soup, though?
Maybe. Only the dog knows.
Only the claw knows.
Oh my god. Real talk, though, Alucard's wolf form would actually be a really cute, a stream pet.
We are going to raid Rek Hawaii, who has another cute model that I'm loving. It is a low poly Mobian model. And she is playing Silent Hill F. The new Silent Hill game.
Mobian?
Based like a Mobian version of her VTuber avatar. Like, I think it's supposed to be like either a cat or a fox. I can't tell. But one of you will have to ask. And when I say low poly, I mean like Saturn style.
Ooh. Honestly, I would love to get
rigged really well too. Holy shit, that is impressive. I
honestly would love to get a Mobian fox for a form one day for my character, for me.
Last time we rated her, her model was a Neko Arc version of herself.
Shall we ask her the question of what is a man? Nah.
Nah, we're not gonna put a raid message.
Nah. Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to Niko and Miles for co-hosting with me tonight. Go give Rek Hawaii my warmest of welcomes. I'll see you guys sometime in the coming week. Keep an eye out for the schedule. Till then, pleasant dreams.
And remember, if you see a doggo or a catto, give head pats.
Good night, everybody.